What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of BiteStream, the show all about indie game development and how that affects you as a game developer as well. We've got a ton of great topics lined up for today. We'll be talking about our experience going to Gamescom and Devcom. Steam just keeps pushing new updates. Oh my God, Steam, what are you doing? Also, we'll be going to be talking about some changes in the games industry audience because some reports were released recently in relationship to Gamescom. And what else are we going to be talking about today, Thomas?
Those were all the main topics. He just wants me to yap a bit, like, how can you do me like this?
It's been a very slow week, guys, because of Gamescom and Devcom. So we'll be talking mainly about our experiences with that, and then I got some inside scoops from Valve as well. I talked to people who worked at Valve, which pretty cool.
Yeah, there are some really cool things that Marnix found out. So definitely stick around, and it's one of the later topics. So you'll have to just suffer through all the rest as well.
So speaking of suffering, let's just dive into our headline topic, Gamescom and Devcom, because I suffered. I did 5 days of conferences. Yeah, there's no real source for this. The source is our YouTube channel because we've done daily uploads for the last 5 days. We've been doing daily live streams throughout Gamescom. The quality was whatever. We're trying to figure out that one still.
Yeah.
Gamescom, Devcom. Maybe what is Devcom? What is Gamescom for those unaware? Devcom is like the developer conference on Monday and Tuesday before Gamescom. And this is similar to Develop Right, and it's about 5,000 attendees, and it's mainly targeting the larger games industry. Of course, there are indies, but it's also where more of the larger publishers go to, more of the larger studios go to, and the big deals are being done. Then we also have Gamescom, which is for business people, it's Wednesday through Friday, and then for regular, normal people, it's Thursday through Sunday. But basically, that's another 3 days of publisher pitching. You have the Indie Arena, for example, where people can showcase their games. There's large expo areas. Gamescom is giant. I think right now we're looking at about 340,000 attendees this year, which it's so many people. You can't imagine the number.
William and I spent 15 minutes walking from one end of Gamescom to the other end of Gamescom. And we knew exactly where we were going. We were meeting Marnix at the other end. 15-minute walk, no kidding.
Yeah, maybe a good point here, especially because I have also misspoken this. There is a difference between Devcom and Devcom. I know there's a V and an F. So Devcom is a really cool hacker conference. Devcom is a quirky, nerdy game dev conference. So there's a big of a difference. There is some overlap. We're back now from the events. We came back yesterday afternoon. Thomas, maybe I just gave the intro. Can you give me this? This was your second Gamescom.
Yeah,
we went there last week as well.
Last year.
But now we were more experienced.
Maybe before we dive into that, what do you think about, or maybe you want to cover it later, but if you're an indie dev, should you go to one or the other or both? Is it worth it?
I think so. I've been thinking about this, and
if I have 2 days, I can go.
Yeah.
Do you say go to Devcom, or do you go to Gamescom?
I would say go to Gamescom.
I agree.
I think Devcom is more for a very specific. I think a lot of indies shouldn't have gone there. I know I met a lot of our viewers there, so if I met you there, that's still nice. I hope you don't feel bad about it. But I think definitely also pricing is a big difference. Devcom starts at 500 euros for a ticket and goes up to over 2,200. Gamescom, the 3-day ticket for business people, is 120 euros.
Yeah, but why does Devcom exist?
So Devcom exists because Devcom has talks. That's a big difference. Yeah, so Devcom is more of that full regular conference. Gamescom has no talks and panels and things like that.
Yeah, but it's better for meeting publishers, maybe.
Gamescom is better for that.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, there's also a meeting section at Devcom, but Devcom is more of a traditional industry conference where you have talks, you have an expo area, you have a lot of after-hours mingling, and there's a whole bunch of things going on there, basically. Mm-hmm. The roundtables where you can ask questions to, for example, publishers.
Do you know if some other conventions, they publish the talks online? For example, Unite, I think all the talks are put online. Mm-hmm. Do they do that for Devcom as well?
Yeah, because Devcom you can also buy a digital...
all the value is gone.
You can buy a digital content pass for 250 euros. If you buy a physical pass, you have access as well.
250 euros to watch the videos of the talks.
I think GDC is something similar. GDC also doesn't, the YouTube GDC doesn't have all of the talks, for example, as well.
Okay, yeah.
So that's also why I think like it's not really the best idea to go to those physical events and then just sit in a classroom. I made a video about Devcom as well, and I think the title was something like Devcom was great, but you shouldn't go. So I hope I get invited again next year with a press ticket. But we'll see how it goes. I think one of the big things Devcom has going for it is just the fact that it's the 2 days before Gamescom. So
you're there anyway.
Everyone is going to Cologne for Gamescom anyway, so may as well get
Is it the same people?
What do you mean?
Organization that organizes it.
So, yes and no. They are kind of two separate things. Like they interact with each other, but they have two separate support staffs and all of it. It's a bit confusing, but yeah, there are some differences. I think Devcom, if I had to pay for it, I think I wouldn't. If I had, because once again, keep in mind, everyone, we earned money from going to these conferences because we got free press tickets and we have sponsors. We shout out to Rive and Crazy Games who sponsored the covers to Devcom and Gamescom. We made videos about Rive already. Crazy Games is coming out next week. And that allowed us to go there, create all of the content and like really focus on content, focus on learning, and then we could turn that into making these videos and talking to you about these things on the BiteStream.
Yeah. Okay, so now I just wanted to cover that maybe first before we talk about how we experienced the conference, because I think the main thing we are probably going to talk about is Gamescom, not Devcom.
Yeah.
So maybe the first thing was already, maybe let's give them a brief rundown about, hey, maybe Devcom, it exists, but probably not the thing that you should spend your money on.
Yeah, so Runestad in Twitch said it's like, would you have gone if I didn't have the sponsors, basically? Gamescom, yes. Devcom, not at all.
Yeah, last year we didn't go to Devcom, for example.
Yeah, last year we paid for Gamescom tickets back then because we had like a few thousand subs. Nobody was sponsoring us. Nobody cared about us. For Gamescom, because also we live close. It's very cheap for us to go. We drive for 2 hours. We just get a hotel somewhere. And then we pay for the tickets. I think I said this before, especially Devcom and also Gamescom is not as worth it the moment you have to fly like a few hours. Like if you have to go transatlantic, if you come from Southeast Asia, it's not worth it.
Yeah, it depends. If you have a publisher, if you have to go because of your government grant and they want to show off their amazing games that they are funding, of course, go. Mm-hmm. But if I'm an indie dev, I'm surviving with my own money, I probably wouldn't spend your money on a flight, but on food.
Yeah, there's better things. Like I also say this, like let's say you spend a total for like 1,500 euros for Gamescom. Let's say for like your travel, your hotel, the tickets, and like your food. You're probably better off spending that money on an artist.
Yeah, or a programmer. If you're an artist, whatever.
Realistically, that is going to help your game more.
Yeah,
probably.
Good capsule art
for more of the people. Yeah,
go on Fiverr, find someone who does amazing capsule art. Yeah. I think that's probably fair. Okay, so let's move on now that we've established the difference. You want to first maybe something I put in the document was let's rank it. Everyone loves a good tier list. We're not tier listing it.
No,
we have Unite, we have Devcom,
Gamescom,
we have Gamescom,
Develop Brighton.
I think a brief rundown.
Devcom I would put at D tier. Gamescom I would put at A tier. Develop Brighton I would put at an A-. Unity Unite I would put at a C tier.
Ooh, Develop Brighton is pretty high.
I think Develop Brighton, the UK scene is very big. If you're from the UK, go to Develop Brighton. The thing is, Develop Brighton also has a free ticket. It's not as super, but I think it's pretty good value for being free. You can attend some of the talks. I think you can book 3 meeting slots with people. You don't get food and all of that, but still, it's a free ticket at the end of the day.
You cannot complain for free.
So if you just have to get like a train ticket, because the UK, I know we have a very big audience in the UK as well. UK has some of the biggest game dev scenes in the world, basically, and it's much more concentrated than, for example, the US. So I think because of that, Develop Brighton is doing pretty good.
Yeah, sounds good. I just thought it would be fun because we're now attending a couple of conferences in the last couple of months. Yeah,
we're still going to Tokyo Game Show next month, and that is basically where the conferences will dry out. And I think I'll take a break from going to conferences then as well.
I think that's fine because I think they are very draining.
And there's an opportunity cost as well.
Yeah.
Where we have this very much now with UPT, where we basically
it's the most stupid thing we did, huh?
Yeah, because we're like, hey, we have a month of development time, and then 5 days of those we go to a conference.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. Like we make this nice title, making a game in 30 days. It's like,
but it's actually
such a lie. It's so much less.
It's actually less. Yeah.
But yeah, so. Let's go to Gamescom. What do you think about it? Did you enjoy it? Did you have fun? Was it fruitful?
I think we could have done a lot better.
Yeah, what did we do wrong?
We only had one publisher meeting.
Yeah.
I think that's a big mistake we did. So I think you should have done more. Because for this, I let you in charge of the publishing. I think you did not have that existential dread that most indie game developers have when they reach out to publishers, where
you set the bar very low for me. You said we will have none. I was like, okay, fine, I have one. I can stop. So I exceeded expectations.
I would have hoped that we would have had a little bit more.
Yeah, but we have a second one at Tokyo Game Show.
Yeah, we have a second one, but still, I think we could have done more there. I think also we didn't plan enough, like content-wise and things like that. So
for sure, especially the publisher part is one thing, because on one hand, I don't think everyone at BiteMe is still on the same page of do we want or do we not want the publisher. I think we're still like, our opinion changes very rapidly.
I think it's like, that's one thing we also were like, hey, do we just get a publish, or like do we do the entire process just to learn about it for you guys, the content?
Yeah, I think that's a big.
That's the
reason.
100%, and like it's like, do we could use a publisher most likely for Guild Architect,
but do we want it? Do we need it?
Yeah.
I think that's also a very big reason as to why I probably took a bit of the easy way out. And I still contact like 30 publishers, by the way. I did do something.
I think the problem is the way you contacted them. You just used the Gamescom app.
Yeah, I should have used LinkedIn, but the thing is, the moment I sent it out, I was like, all right, let me look who I contacted, and the Gamescom app does not let you show people who message you unless they accepted you. And I was like, God damn it. And Marnix was like, did you send these guys? I was like, I think so.
Yeah.
That was really annoying. But yeah, I think content-wise, especially the live streams, we were like, let's live stream.
And we had never tested it. Streamlabs does not support like external microphone inputs, so
yeah. So the first day was
very scuffed.
Yeah, but also even what are we going to do on live stream was like, I don't know. We just walk around a bit, and in the end, I think every day we got better.
Yeah.
First day was like, first half an hour, the two of us struggling to set it up, and then playing. Sorry, Twitch guys, but it's going to be YouTube only stream from now on. At least for the live stream coverage.
We're not planning more IRL streams anytime soon anyway.
Yeah, it's fine. So don't worry, Switch, we didn't forget about you. But then he was like, okay, we got it working. And it was like, all right, what now? And then we just did something. And then the second day it was like, okay, let's walk here and here. And after like 20 minutes, it was like, all right, we did our plan. And it was back to just doing whatever. And then the third day, I think we were... We set out what we wanted to do and we followed through on it.
We just speed ran it.
Yeah, but I don't know if it was the best content.
Yeah.
So at least we stick to our plan is what I'm saying. So I actually like that more, even if the previous days might be more entertaining or whatever.
I have a question for you. What was your highlight of Gamescom? What was like the thing that was most worth it for you? That you were like, okay, this is why we do this.
Oof.
Don't leave, guys. It's silence, but
yeah, it's silence. I'm thinking.
Cricket noises.
Maybe in the meantime, you can tell your thing, and I'm thinking about mine.
I know mine. The thing is, I'm only going.
You don't want to influence me, but that's
no, because you haven't done what I. My favorite thing was going to the Valve breakfast, but we'll be talking about that one. We have a future topic where we talk about Steam, and I'm going to include it there. But I think that was honestly, I could have gone to only that, and I would have been happy. Also for me, some other things, but that's not really game dev related, but more YouTube related, is those events. The thing there is the people who have booths there have money, because those booths start at like $5,000 and they go up to like 20K, which means that if they can spend 20K on a booth at Devcom or Gamescom, they can probably spend a few $100 or $1,000 on a sponsorship for us. So I went out there, I was like, hey, do you want more marketing? I can help you with that. So I made some good connections there. So I've bought you some time.
Yeah.
You cannot say that the German kebab was the highlight.
No, I was not going to say that actually. It's going to be like sound like such a cop out and like I'm trying to slam. I don't know what the proper word is, but like suck up to people. I actually really enjoyed just, being in Germany with William and you, and just like doing the grind together, like. That sounds really wrong.
You like grinding with me and William.
No, that's not what I mean. But like, just waking up, like, all right, boys, we have a mission today, and then like we roll out together in the car, like still drinking my Monster Energy on the way to the conference, like, all right, guys, what's the plan of attack today? Let's go. And then arriving at the conference, realizing we made a mistake in our plan, and then we get split up because all of us have different tickets, and we come back together, and it's like, all right, let's get started. And like making the plans and then splitting back up, like just in general, just hanging out with you guys. We don't do it that often.
We're literally moving to Japan together for more than 2 months.
Yeah, but still, we didn't do that much, like in the last half year, for example.
No,
and those are the things.
I was in Japan on my own.
Yeah, but those things I really enjoy, because in the end, we work together, but we started, and I assume we still are friends. And I think often with the Bite Me grind set, we spend a lot of time together, but more as colleagues and friends.
Yeah.
And it was nice to, we still worked as colleagues there, but we had also some time to just goof around, so to say, because we just were so long together. And that's what I really enjoyed.
Okay. Well.
So no business value, only fun.
Yeah.
That was the highlight. So, which means we have a terrible ROE.
Yeah, because we could have just stayed in Belgium at that rate.
Yeah.
Talking
about ROE, maybe.
What's the question?
You want to go to this thingy already? The experience of the publisher.
I mean, we've made so many videos, but I don't want to dive in too long.
Okay.
I'll give you 2 minutes.
No, I'll give you 2 minutes.
No, I don't want to. Thomas, I have made 3 videos in the past week about publishing. I am so sick and tired. I think the viewers are sick and tired of me talk about it. So I give you 2 minutes.
All right. So our publisher experience, I pitched to a publisher. Marnix was there. If Marnix wasn't there, it was probably easier because.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think you would have been better off if I wasn't there and you were solo pitching?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to Gamescom next year.
No.
I've decided.
No, you join. At least you have to make content. What I mean is,
I'll go to Devcom and you can go to Gamescom and we'll have one evening of fun together.
But that's stress to them, but it's also stress to you because it's your livelihood at stake, not mine.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I think that also, it does make it easier, but it's always nice because when I'm in a pickle, I can then rely on you and then use you as an example, or say like, hey, here's my Joker card, and just, hey, Marnix, you go yap. Mm-hmm. I think in general, we still have a lot to learn publisher-wise.
Are you happy that you did the pitch? Because I would have been able to do it as well, right? At any point in time, you could have said, Marnix, I don't see this happening. Can you take over? And I was ready for it. Do you think?
Okay, you're going to hate me for saying this.
I already hate you, so nothing can change there.
I think it's good I did the pitch.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well.
And the reason for that is the pitch of Ashes of Lyra. So
what is this? Okay, give some context as well.
Okay,
what is Ashes of Lyra?
Before we started working on Songs of Everjade, we were trying to get government grants for prototype funding for a project we wanted to work on. It was called Ashes of Lyra. It was a sci-fi
top-down 3D Metroidvania.
Yeah, basically. And we had to pitch it. They didn't like it in the end. But I feel like you are really good at yapping. And you sell the vision really well, but sometimes I feel like you're a bit out of touch with the person you're pitching to.
Okay.
For example, part of it was just stupidity from the judges, in my opinion.
Oh, Ashes of Lyra, okay.
Yeah, Ashes of Lyra. I'm still talking about Ashes of Lyra. Yeah. And I think what you do well is the fluidity. And just the way you talk, I think you're by far better at it. You do it 2 times a week.
3 times.
Okay, 3 times a week.
Extra videos on Patreon.
And I do it a lot less, so I have a lot more to learn.
Yeah, that's why I was also like, I am not going to take over.
Yeah, but I also think you would say too much.
Maybe.
And say things, and what I think is, the more you say, the more things. More chances there are that people will judge you based on the things you say.
Okay.
For example, Ashes of Lyra.
The more you say, the more you can self-incriminate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, for example, Ashes of Lyra, I feel if we did the pitch differently, we might have gotten it. But there were things in there that they judge us so harshly on that I even think you were right on. Like we called it a Zelda-like.
Yeah.
And they think we are trying to make the
Breath
next
of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild. That's not what we meant. But those are things, you'll use a lot of terms, and people have visions on those terms.
Yeah.
And
Basically,
I think
they don't understand my genius.
Sure, if you want to call it like that.
I'm a tortured artist.
Besides, I also think in general, like I said, you are way better at the explaining part. I just also need to learn.
Yeah, that's why I was like very much like, I am going to let Thomas do as much of this because he needs the development as well.
Yeah, but and then we do a live stream and he tries to steal my mic every so often. And he's like, no, you cannot talk now. They're like, let me talk.
Yeah.
You can learn when you're pitching. You cannot learn on live stream.
I mean, it's a different kind of thing to pitch.
I'm joking.
Also, just keep in mind also, it's not just me who stole his valor. He also was just too lazy and he did not prepare his pitch at all until 3 hours before.
Definitely. I even talk about this
in the
video we made. I was gravely unprepared. Like if we didn't, we have like the creator badge thingy, so we could like sit in the lounge.
Yeah.
If we didn't do that, I was even more toasted. Yeah. Like there's now a glimmer of hope that we might get funding. Mm-hmm. If we didn't do that, no way.
It's
But yeah, that was my publisher thoughts. Mm-hmm. Also, before you get the wrong ID, chat, I love Marnix.
Of course, we love each other. You know, we love each other in that same way. Like people say, like married couple, it's like the 40-year-old boomers, like, time to go back to the ball and chain.
What? Sure thing.
Anyway, let's
sure thing, hun.
Let's take another look. Will we go again next year? And what will we change if we go again next year?
I want to go for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I also talked about this with William on the way back because he was riding with me.
Uh-huh.
I think it doesn't have to be me, but just in general, Bite Me should be there.
Okay.
That's it. I want Bite Me to be there. If it's you and William, if it's you and me, if it's William and I don't care. Mm-hmm. But I want us to be there because, first of all, the content we can provide, like you mentioned it even earlier when we were recording the Patreon video, patreon.com/BiteMeGames, by the way, that we are one of the few game dev, or even the only game dev YouTubers.
Pretty much the only one who does
cover events.
At least not like just a one-off, like, we're going to PAX East, but like we have a track record now of 4 events that we've gone to.
That's why I think we should keep doing it. Mm-hmm. Something I wasn't sure about was if we should be there with so many people. Yeah. Because the opportunity cost for this Gamescom was probably higher than it should have been. Mm-hmm. Only the last day we used all 3 people. Yeah. Last day we were like, one person held a live stream camera, one person held a regular camera, and then I did the interviews. We were like peak content. Yeah, and unless we plan on doing something like that, I don't think it's worth it to be with 3 people. I think 2 people, fine. I agree, 2 people as well. One other thing, next year we will probably not be pitching then, will we? If we look at the current timeline for Guild Architect. Who knows? I think it's just too early to give you a good answer. But what would you do if we're not doing any pitches? I would go for only 2 days then. Yeah, I think in general, I think 3 days is a little bit too long. Even now, on the 3rd day, we were like, we did a couple of hours, shoot some B-rolls, do a live stream and skedaddle. Yeah, stand for 4 hours in fucking traffic. I had no worries, no issues. But and also we said this last year as well. We should plan more for the event, but it's really hard to plan for things when, first of all, there are so many other things to do. We started UPT, we don't have time to plan Gamescom. It's like, we go to Gamescom, well, we see what we do on Gamescom at Gamescom. That's true. But, I mean, I don't regret it. Yeah. I think in general, we should go again. We should rethink how many people we send. Yeah. And whoever wants to go can go, I think. But I think to a certain degree, I have to go though. Unless you in the next year develop your on-screen talents more. But you never let me host. Like we are trying to do a live stream and he steals my mic. We'll see how it goes. He says, I want you to grow, but then he's like, he sees the threat that is my raw talent and he just takes the mic from me.
Yeah, so Zumba Pup, your best approach would be to schedule meetings beforehand. That's what I told Thomas as well. He
We did that.
Wasn't good at it, and I hope he learns for next year from the experience. You know, we very much need some percussive learning where you just have to run straight into a wall, realize like, ouch, this hurts, and then not run into that same wall again.
I mean, that's basically the Bite Me approach.
Yeah, but
we literally say often, what do we do well? Well, we just do shit. We fail and we learn from it.
We make videos from it so you can do it. But yeah, that's the thing. You should have a really packed schedule. But once again, I was like, Thomas, I'm too busy to fucking care about this. You just do it and we'll see how it goes. And yeah.
Lessons learned is we don't learn from lessons learned.
Yeah, basically that.
But yeah, I mean, for sure, I was way too lazy getting more people. The thing is,
don't be lazy, pro tip. Just make a good game and don't be lazy and work on your game.
No, but Bill Gates would hire lazy people. Remember the quotes? Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like Cody also is like, hey, Marnix seems like a good fit for pitching, but it's like, the problem is I have so many things. I can't keep fitting things. This is a point as well. You have this in leadership. Now, I'm going to be talking about leadership. Good God, what happened to me? Where, yes, the founder can do everything. Like you see this often with startups where the founder, he started bootstrapping like on his own and he did everything. He did like a customer support and all of that. But there's only so many hours and you can't do everything. And if I had to stack the pitching on top of it, I would have probably been able to do it. But at some point, something else was going to have to give. So I need to give Thomas or William or whoever else the room to fuck up a few times to begin with, because you're never going to be perfect from the first time. And
yeah, I mean, just look at Marnix. I'm going to use an example. No offense, by the way.
Look at our old videos.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say the exact same. Just look at the videos. Like the way he hosts is how I host today.
Yeah, and he just needs to upload 100 more videos and we'll get there.
Also, I know I've been lazy and it's definitely my fault. UPT doesn't help. Because there is such a tight schedule. Like, you know how yesterday Jamie asked, hey, Thomas, are you coming to the gym tomorrow? And I said, yes.
Did you not?
Yesterday evening, I messaged him, so about the gym, let's maybe not.
Yeah, because UPT has, we've gotten
I resubmitted the Steam build earlier today. If they deny it, it's going to be hopefully accepted the day of launch.
We'll have to see. Anyways, I think, kind of moving still. We'll talk a little bit more about Devcom, at least. I have some stuff. Let's talk about the weekly Steam update as well. For this one, it's a small one, but...
You want to go there already?
Yeah, let's go there already. There's 2 topics. I think this was... Because if this is the first time you're tuning into the news, the BiteStream, then basically Steam has been on a roll in terms of updates. I think this is like the 4th BiteStream in a row at this point.
Yeah.
Where... Steam just keeps pushing updates. We had it with the wishlist and demo pages. Then the week after we had I don't know what anymore basically. Then they got rid of the linking and the Discord banners and all of that. And now, this is a small one, but now...
the review things as well.
Oh yeah, the review helpfulness system. Yeah. Do you have the article pulled up?
I do.
Okay, can you pull it up as well and then we'll go through it?
I was already being lazy, what the hell is he talking about?
Yeah. Steam reviews will now show as well if a game was played on Steam Deck. Steam has been going in a bit more on Steam Deck, I think, as well.
It's a big purple banner. Why?
I don't know. It's part of the,
I know.
The setup.
I'll move it to the side.
So Steam Deck has been getting some more love. I think this is another thing we didn't cover. Steam released the drivers for Windows, I think, finally, for Deck. And also to put SteamOS on other consoles. Steam wants to go harder in on it, basically. Another little change they did is now that the top games or something that are for Deck, I think, I couldn't find an example anymore. I saw some articles about it float by now, where there's more highlights for the top games played on Deck in a specific country. And then now also a review will feature if the game has been played on Steam Deck. And I think that's another great thing, because a lot of people are like, hey, does this game run on Steam Deck? It's a question that we get a surprisingly high amount of times as well. When we go to conferences, people ask hey, does Forge Industry run on Deck and those things? So
yeah, and you just see people walking around the Belgian dev who came to you
basically
look at my game.
Everyone on Gamescom.
Here's a Steam Deck.
Yeah, everyone on Gamescom is walking around with a Steam Deck because it's just so easy to walk around with it and then show it to people. So this was a small extra update for Steam. It's not really going to impact you that much, but I wanted to use this as a talking point because I went to the Valve breakfast meetup at Devcom, basically. It was on Tuesday, so it was still pretty calm. And I got to talk to the actual Steam team. And turns out, guys, it's like 13 people that run all of Steam. It's kind of nuts, honestly, how they managed to get all of this. And the first thing I asked them is like, hey, I have this tinfoil hat theory that Steam is going to go through like a mega metamorphosis. These updates apparently are just purely a coincidence because of like how Steam or like Valve works with everyone just works on whatever they want, right? That's like the whole weird vibe of Valve. There's no, like, it's like a flat structure. Everyone just works on whatever they want. And these have just been a bunch of updates that like all coincidentally get released in the same period of time, basically. So that was one thing. The next thing that I asked them, because I could speak to the actual Steam team, and I have some great things for that. The first question is I asked them like, hey, with the Discord stuff, you're getting rid of the Discord banners, but there's more to live than just Discord, Twitter, Facebook, and that was like the main ones they had, Twitch or YouTube. Yeah. What are they going to be doing? They will be adding more fields. Like for example, QQ and Weibo will be added as well. So, because that is for example, Chinese market, they don't use Discord, they use other platforms. They are aware of that and they're working on that. There are also some that they weren't aware of. Like for example, WhatsApp groups is very big in Latin America and Southeast Asia. They actually wrote it down in their little notebook. So I'd like to think that, you know,
Bite Me Games is changing Steam for the better.
I'm staging. So I'll see.
We are shaping the entire game dev landscape.
Maybe they'll do something like a custom approach, basically, to adding like your own custom fields, but using it on the side. They also said, I asked them like, hey, because so many people use Discord, they said that not that many people honestly click it. If people want to go to the Discord, Steam is often not the way that they actually go. They have some data on it, they said, so that is a thing. So that was one point. What else? Oh yeah, can you pull up the Unicycle Pizza Time store page?
Woo! Of course.
Because this was a question we got last.
I know what you're going to do.
Last week as well, where we were talking about getting rid of linking and getting rid of like certain UI things imitating Steam buttons. And once again, the Steam team was there. I just pulled out my phone. I pulled out the Unicycle Pizza Time store page, and I showed it to them. And this was something that got a lot of controversy last week, where you guys were like,
mouse? I'm highlighting it.
Yeah, I think so. There's this little arrow thing that we added. I am very proud of how this looks. It's going to go away though, because Steam is removing linking. But in regards to that little arrow, Steam is fine with that. I asked them, this was not what they were targeting with that change. They're looking more for like fully animated GIFs that is like, hey, it's an extra wishlist button and it's like wishlist now, but it's not a genuine working wishlist button because ours works. They were like, yeah, this is fine. This is part of the Steam UI. It's a bit of a weird logic maybe, but I think that's a fun one. And then, yeah, they're getting rid of the links once again. Why are they doing this? Because they also want to put a bit more focus on publisher pages. Someone in chat was also saying that, hey, promoting your old games is important. I hope they bring it back. Their answer to that was basically, guys, you have publisher pages. You can make publisher pages even if you're like a developer. Like, use those. They want to give a bit more features to those as well, is what they're hoping for. So that is something else that is coming up. I have two more things that maybe I can leak a little bit. Maybe we'll see. This is very much not set in stone. First thing is,
you are not talking facts. You are just maybe thinking that hopefully one day there might be something.
I had some conversations. First one is that, hey, I got an opportunity also. This is part of those events, is networking. I could talk to the Steam people. There were some guys that were really interested in our channel. I got some email like, hey, you guys are very entertaining to look at. Where, for example, things like, hey, they were like, hey, we can look at making a Bite Me event, like, you know, the Steam events where we highlight like games from your viewers. I don't see
hours.
Yeah, of course, but this is not happening anytime soon, guys. Don't get your hopes up, but it's still like very cool to be able to just talk to the Steam people and do things like that. And then I had another one. They also, one of the things that we did on our channel that we've never really covered is how the Steamworks work. And when they sent me the email, hey, you have an entertaining channel, they asked me the question of, hey, why don't you make some Steamworks videos? And I also, because it's under NDA and I don't want to get my Steam account shut down, but it seems that they may be able to get us an exception so we can make some videos about how do you get started with Steamworks, explain all of it, because my God, it can be a hot mess at times. So I think that is something else, that these things will take a lot of time. They're not coming anytime soon. Don't get your hopes up. But these are things that would never have happened if I didn't go to a physical event. So that's why I say that Valve Breakfast was probably the highlight of Devcom. It was 2 hours of me talking to, I think I talked to 4 people of the Steam team in total. It was great. Steam is also planning a lot of changes. So Steam right now is written in PHP for the most part. The problem with the Steam idea of, hey, people just work on the projects they want is nobody wants to work on PHP. So they're slowly starting to move to a C++ backend and a React frontend. It just takes time. They're like, yeah, this is going to take a lot of time, guys, but we'll get there at some point.
But if we get an exception to the NDA, we probably make like a playlist with a couple of videos.
Yeah, there's like probably one of like, hey, how do you get started? Then
Marnix explaining how to make a good store page. I'll go over how you can get your build submitted.
Because now we talk about like how do you make a store page, but it's from the perspective, we look at the consumer-facing store page. We don't open the Steamworks dashboard because there is a giant like under NDA button, or like not, but like text field on it, and it's like, ooh, let's not touch that one.
But it would be really cool if we could do that. And I think a lot of you guys will also like it.
I think it's very interesting content because there is definitely some confusion with how Steam works and all of that.
For sure.
So yeah, one question we had here is more thoughts on Steam's approach. What are they gonna change next week? I don't know, honestly. They want to give a bit more.
They are going to put Unicycle Pizza Time on the store page and say Game of the Decade. That's the change they will make. Because they will see the game and you'll be like, this is just a goddamn masterpiece.
They want to give a little bit more power to publishers, I think, still, because that was also something that they wanted to give more power to publishers. Like, for example, the email notifications are a thing as well.
Do you think that's doomed then for self-publishing?
No, not at all. I think it's because I learned as well that a lot of publishers have custom Steamworks dashboards where they can do certain things like making packages without having any games attached to it or something. Like they have a few more options if they're like partners, but once again, it's 13 people. It's a very manual approach. Of, hey, you literally just send an email. Also, apparently, all of the guys at the Steam team, they just use like fake names for the support questions. Like you'll get something like...
you mean like the guy with the, Danny, when he sends like his love, what is it, James or something?
I don't know.
And then they always reply like, hey, Steam support, help me with this. And then the first time he ever did that, he got a reply, it was like, -James. And then he has like this entire thing about he's actually in love with James, and if someone else's name is there, he starts being very angry.
No, like they have a
Jeremy. That was it.
They have an actual one-on-one mapping basically of like this American guy, but for support questions he's called like Dinesh or some other Indian name, because like you don't want to just get spammed by individual developers, but it's very much manual. It's not a giant like support center somewhere in India. It's actually the Steam developers that do all of that stuff, basically. Yeah. So yeah, I think that was another one. Another thing that happened, I met up once again with Planetary Processing at Devcom. They were there holding a booth. We've worked with them before, and they're also the people who are bringing you this BiteStream. The show is brought to you by Planetary Processing. Have you ever thought, I want to make a large-scale multiplayer game, Thomas?
Yes.
Yes. Well, Planetary Processing makes that easy for you. It handles the instancing, the server networking, the management, the hosting, all of that really, and does it for you in a very simple SDK package. They support a wide variety of engines, Default, Unity, Unreal, Love2D, Godot, and also custom approaches. They support everything, basically. They're really easy to get started with. They're adding new features every day. I talked to them on Devcom. I'm like, hey, what cool extra stuff do you have planned? For example, they're finally getting a roadmap. That's maybe not the most cool thing, but also giving players more control over like, hey, do I want to handle inventories myself, do them server instance? So they're working on improving their project every day, basically. Spoke to some viewers as well who have been using Planetary Processing, and they're also very happy with how it works, how easy it is to start working with making larger scale multiplayer games. So if it is something that you're interested in and you want to try it out for yourself, then you can head over to planetaryprocessing.io to learn more about it, and also just go to the Discord, discord.gg/planetaryprocessing, YouTube.com/Planetary Processing. They're in there, they're very active, and they will answer basically any of your questions that you have regarding the technology. So once again, thank you very much for Planetary Processing for sponsoring the podcast. And we have one more topic.
Before we do that, let's cover 2 questions. First of all, someone asked in Twitch chat, if UPT is successful, will you do an UPT MMO? Is this the moment we announce what we might do as on Friday and actually commit to it?
No,
because we need people for it.
Planetary Processing said,
it's not with...
No, but they said they were down in sponsoring a video where we just made a game with their tech.
Yeah, but that's not what I meant.
No, I know. But you announced it already. Basically, we would be live streaming.
But we didn't. Like, are we doing it for realsies?
I don't. The thing is, I will not be available that evening, so you'll have to do it without me at least.
Why not? On Saturday. But then it's BiteStream.
Yeah, it's BiteStream.
Afterparty.
I need to sleep on time. We're going to Japan 2 days later.
Oh yeah, true.
I am not doing that. We have some ideas for UPT to do some streamer engage or like some engagement, like live on stream play with you guys and things like that. But we're gonna need a lot. I don't know if it's gonna happen.
We'll see when
launch. We'll see. Yeah.
We'll try to fit it in the schedule. We'll notify you on Discord. We have some cool ideas at least.
Yeah.
And let's see if we can actually pull them through.
Yeah. And what was the second question?
Does it support Bevy? Because the one Bevy dev is once again being very Bevy.
I do not know actually. I think it's
I also don't know.
I don't think it's supported
because it supports like Godot, Unreal, Unity. It supports like everything that is a decent engine.
Yeah. So.
And sorry, Bevy guy, but I assume that means Bevy is not a decent.
They have the thing is they have a you can just it's Lua based and you can like import it for your own projects.
Okay, so it might work.
You might work, but there's no plug and play SDK basically.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I just didn't know that myself, so I thought it would be an interesting question for that one guy.
Yeah.
Last topic indeed.
It's been, honestly, I expected there to be more news because of Gamescom, but there's actually just less news. The only news that came out basically, I met the people from gamesindustry.biz, like the journalists, but all the journaling they did was just go to talks at Devcom and then write like an article about like the summary of the talk and then like layoffs news, but that's not really interesting. One thing that did get released, the European Games Foundation or Video Games Federation or whatever, they every year, the evening before Gamescom starts, they report their like yearly report basically of the facts and figures of Gamescom, of the games industry in Europe. So I think there are some interesting stuff in there.
It's the big ass document.
It's the big ass document with the cool graphs, and that's also where the title comes from, where mobile is dominating. So we'll take a look at them all. Let's see, where are you?
I'm at page 5 right now. Okay, 8 at the bottom because it's different because it's a PDF.
Okay. Well, let's see. The first big one I had is page 9. If you could go there.
The actual page 9, right?
The one with the number 9.
Yeah, it was open already.
And there you can see the age group of video game players and the platforms.
Tiny on screen. I don't think I can do it a lot bigger.
You can just zoom in.
Yeah, but. Yeah. Okay, only one page.
Yeah, you're doing great. I only need one page, basically.
Okay, sure.
So the average video gamer is 31 years old, is what this says. Now, of course, keep in mind, this is including mobile games, this is including your nan who's playing Candy Crushers, or like whatever, basically. That is something to keep in mind. I think the ages, whatever. I think the more important one is just how many people play games on smartphones, which is, okay, that's an obvious one. We look at Monopoly Go, that is like $1 billion worth of revenue in like the past 3-4 years or something. What surprised me honestly is that there's more console players versus PC players.
Nah, I'm not surprised.
You're not surprised?
No, that's always been the case, I think.
Maybe it's because I'm in like the bubble of game dev, I guess.
You have to think console is Switch, it's PlayStation and Xbox. And for example, everyone that's like, I have like a couple of nephews, it's like 12.
Yeah, I guess.
Him and his friends only play Switch or PlayStation or
like
whatever.
FIFA,
they don't have their own PC.
Yeah.
So I'm not that surprised. I think the older you go, then you have a more dedicated audience to PC.
Yeah, maybe.
That's what I think.
There's no data on that, so.
So yeah, there are less nans playing games.
The thing that I kind of just want to talk about here is that I think indies often only think of Steam. is the point I really want to talk about here.
I mean, it's the platform we rated the highest, I think.
Because there are definitely problems with mobile as well. I spoke to, there were some viewers on Devcom who had like a booth for mobile AI, return on ad spend, analytics, data stuff, and they recognized me. So I had a chat with them and I asked them like, yeah, does it make sense for an indie to release on mobile? And they're like, yeah, the only way you do it is by having like, ideally at least €1,000 to throw on ads, to then do the metrics, do the KPIs and things like that, look at how many daily active users, like 7-day active users, all of that stuff basically, and then calculate return on ad spend, how much money are we making. The thing is, there is more money in mobile dev as well. Yeah. That's why it's also more competitive. And will we make mobile games? Probably not anytime soon, but it is something where, hey, maybe you are, I think you shouldn't knock mobile development. We often talk about like, hey, you just make casino slot games and the hyper casual garbage. But I think, hey, if you are like, hey, I want to try out making money, honestly, I think PC is not always the easiest.
If you want to make money, mobile is probably one of the better bets.
Yeah.
It's harder to stand out because you have a lot more competition, but I also think if you succeed, you can succeed a lot higher. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Also, remember, guys, this is only in Europe. From what I know, this is not representative of the entire world. So, for example, I think in Xbox is pretty small in Europe compared to PlayStation and Switch is what I mean. Mm-hmm. Well, I think in, for example, the US, it's a lot more prominent.
Yeah, and
so maybe that's also a reason.
I think Xbox has a less than 1% market share in Japan. I think also in Asia, for example, mobile is much bigger, way, way bigger. But still, yeah. One thing still is like if you scroll down to the page below, page number 11,
the playtime,
a little bit lower. This is like so.
Jesus.
If you look at how many hours a week people still like watch TV or spend time on social media versus video games, we have a long way to go.
Wait, 16 hours per week on social media?
That's a little bit more than 2.5 hours a day. I think that.
Where do people find the time to do that?
That's just what they do. Also during work, you do the Facebook breaks and all of that.
Do people do that?
Yeah.
I don't do that.
Well, if you got the grind set, you have video games to make. Yeah, like YouTube is
24 hours per week on watching TV. That's a full day.
Yeah. This is not a
people are wasting their lives.
That doesn't surprise me. But I mean, same with 24 hours a week of TV. That's
crazy.
3 hours in the evening, but that's normal for a lot of people. So compare.
But you have to 3 hours TV, but also 2 hours social media.
Yeah, the social media during the day. TikTok has ruined our brains. It just sucks you in. So yeah, gaming, it's not that big yet.
Jesus.
Yeah.
If I'm lucky,
but
I watch like one movie every 2 weeks.
Yeah,
and then that's when I have a good week and don't have to work much.
Yeah.
Damn. What are we doing with our lives? Why are we spending all our time on game if we could be doing this?
We could be watching TV or what?
Yeah, we could be watching TV.
Great,
and scrolling on X, or watching TikTok.
Yeah.
Someone just wasted an hour watching us.
Yeah, that's true as well. Can we go to page 14 now? I think there's some more interesting stats there.
I also have to go to the side now.
Yes. A little bit lower. Lower the revenue split by device. This was another one that was like...
Yeah.
PC is 14% of total revenue.
I'm surprised by the consoles part. The smartphone part, I would expect. The on-demand streaming is probably higher than I expected because it's like renting. It's like what Stadia tried to do but failed.
I guess like Xbox Game Pass and Nvidia has its something as well.
But consoles is pretty high. I mean, PC is rising.
Yeah, wow.
We're doing well, boys.
But the thing is, I think with consoles, you have more of the people buying the $60 games and the $70 Call of Duties. Because there's another...
this is just Nintendo refusing to put their games on sale.
If you quickly go to page 17, and then we'll go...
Quickly.
So one down and then one to the side. We have the top 10 selling games, and all of them are like FC24, Hogwarts Legacy.
Also, they show the platform.
It's all like PlayStation basically and Switch, and Nintendo never discounts. So if you only sell $60 games,
Yeah.
Also, why is Grand Theft Auto 5 still top 3?
Because it's only 10 years old.
Yeah. But Skyrim isn't on here. But I mean, Skyrim isn't like as mainstream.
But there's only one release of Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, it's also true.
But yeah.
So at the end of the day, I think this is more of a reality check, this report, that hey, Steam at the end of the day
Bruh.
is not that big.
Top selling games.
FC24.
Yeah, and also FIFA 23 on 4. In the top 5, you have the two last...
The two soccer games. They're just so huge, and we as indies often forget about them.
Yeah.
And I mean, you're not... Like, the people... I think Jonathan Blow talked about this as well with the Braid remaster, where he was also like, yeah, we re-released the game on the PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch. And a lot of those platforms, they did not even break even for like the extra development and porting costs. And I think this is a great example. I think console just, there are indie programs and things like that, but it's just not that big compared to the mainstream dominance that console gaming has.
Yeah, if you're in India, I still think Steam is your best shot.
Yeah, or mobile, if you got money.
So after UPT and Guild Architect, we make mobile games?
We'll port UPT to mobile.
Might actually work.
I think UPT could be a game that actually works.
Yeah, it might actually
on
work.
mobile. Don't ask me how the controls would be, but
I mean, we don't even know what the controller controls will be. We release in 6 days.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Yeah, but yeah, mobile maybe.
Yeah. So, yeah, and then the rest of the report is more
where the
basic,
money is spent,
yeah.
I guess.
But yeah, PC, I was surprised by how small it is in Europe.
Yeah, I think it's how small is one thing, but I would expect consoles to not be 3 times. Like,
Yeah.
I would expect smartphone to be the biggest by far, but I would expect like 60% smartphone.
Because smartphone,
20%.
every game basically is ramming you down the throat with in-app purchases and things like that.
Yeah.
So,
We should do that.
do what?
Smartphone games and just ram monetization really hard.
No, because then we need to worry about the KPIs and we need to have an initial ad spend. And there's so much we could do with it, and I could probably get like the companies to explain, but it's not what I want to do right now.
Right now.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Also, you didn't talk about this, but digital and physical split?
I mean, I'm surprised by how high physical is, I guess, even though it's still dropping.
You think so?
Yeah. I mean, look at how many consoles are, like, PC hasn't had a CD drive in 10 years.
PC is probably almost
Console, you have also...
But a lot of people still buy Switch games and so on physical.
Switch is still physical, but that's also, I think, just because... Do you think the next Switch will have cartridges still? I think, yeah, Nintendo will never get rid of those.
Yeah, and I also... Like, but there are the hardcore fans, they want physical. There's a reason why Microsoft and Sony didn't have the balls to just immediately remove it.
No, but they still have cheaper versions that most people get, the digital-only editions.
True. Yeah, I mean, moral of the story, make mobile games and ram monetization down everyone's throat.
This is not actual...
This is not actual advice.
Yeah.
So yeah. Does that mean we are already over all our topics?
Yeah, this was a very short BiteStream.
I mean, you say very short, it's still 53 minutes.
Yeah, so Steam, give us bigger updates next week. You always do this.
Be the savior.
So, yeah, this feels so weird to end it after 3 topics. But
well,
guys,
we're not going to end the stream. We're going to end the BiteStream.
This was literally all of the news, basically, that there was the last week.
Yeah.
So I hope we have some more better news.
Yeah, but at least Flair already knows that it's after party time.
Yeah, so for those who were listening on Apple Podcast or on Spotify, thank you so much for tuning in. We do these live streams live every week on YouTube. Actually, I'm not going to say the time because it's going to change very soon.
Ooh.
But we do these every weekend, basically, so you can tune in live and give us your comments. And now we also, once we've ended, we do an after party on YouTube where we just talk a bit more to our viewers and our audience and talk about life. So thank you very much for listening. I hope you still got some valuable tips out of this. Let us know as well in the comments if you're going to Gamescom, if you think it's worth it, if it's something you've been planning on doing, or you think it's not really a fit for you. Apart from that, if you could do me a favor and rate it if you're listening to this on Spotify.
Or Apple Podcasts.
I don't really know how Apple Podcasts works, but yeah, especially
if
Spotify.
If you can rate or like on Apple Podcasts, do the thing that is supposed to boost thing.
Yeah. But
Pro.
yeah, thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll talk to you guys next week.
Yep. Bye-bye.
People on the live stream, do not leave.
Marnix will kill you.
Okay.
So what time is it in the US? You're watching it in daytime in the US. What time is it here? It's basically 9 p.m.
Yeah, it's 9.
Last stream, we went till midnight.
I told Thomas we're doing
Marnix
a
does
hard
not
stop
want
at
this.
11, so we're doing at most 2 hours.
At most 2 hours of after party.
Yeah.
So that means we need to do speedrun after party. So if you have good questions, it's time to fire them up.
Okay. Let's start. I have a controversial topic.
Ooh.
This is something I haven't told anyone yet. I think I'm gonna start shadow banning people on our YouTube from commenting.
There's one person I have in mind. Is it Thomas Besdet?
No, just in general. I think I have always operated this YouTube channel with the idea of, hey, I have turned off every single filter on the YouTube comments that I can. Like, you can post some pretty crazy shit and it will automatically be approved. I'm starting to reach the point where I think that's a bad idea. I've always been like, hey, free speech and whatever.
What did someone do that triggered you?
I think...
Because I didn't see any comments specifically that
it's not
like
one specific person. Okay. It's just something that I've been thinking about more. It's also, I'm going to do the same to Discord, I think. I'm going to be a bit more strict on Discord as well, where there are just people who only bring bad vibes. Some examples I can think of is the comments who are like, oh, you guys are all crying because AI is going to make good games for you. And then I look at the profile and they've got nothing and things like that.
Viewers are stressed right now. They might be the one being banned.
Yeah. How do you shadow ban? Basically how it works is you just, in YouTube Studio, there's a button like hide user from channel. And they can still comment and it's not like their comment box gets disappeared. And they can themselves see their comment, but nobody else can. Because the thing is, if you do a full-on ban, which you can't do on YouTube, but the way that works is, if someone knows that they're banned, it's 30 seconds to create a new account. Whereas if they're shadow banned, they don't know that. And they can see their own comments. So then they have to like check into, like they just talk into the void. But there is some, I always had this idea of, hey, you can, the only limit was you never talk shit about the rest of the team. I could take it, but others not. But now I'm reaching a point where, hey,
who can't take it?
Like, I talked about this, like, if you talk shit about William, for example, I will get rid of those comments. I will write an angry message and then I'll just ban you.
People talk shit about my hair. Did you ban them?
No, because that's not, I'm more about the people who have nothing constructive to add. You can say bad stuff. You can say that, hey, 4th Gen 3 is ugly. I will not ban you. It's just where it's baseless, it's not inspired by anything.
But yeah, you can see we didn't talk about it because I also have a lot of questions about this. Because it's like
it's also, the thing is, it started with Discord where we're building a community at the end of the day. Why are you?
Forge industry not as ugly as Thomas's hair though. It's literally my colleague saying that.
I will never ban you. It's just where
thank you.
We had this thing with our Discord recently where there was a guy and it's just like, he's not breaking any rules, but he's just...
Oh, is it the guy that William mentioned?
Yeah, we've had multiple of them, but it's not like you can have a rule for bad vibes. But it's like, we have thousands of people in the Discord.
Add it to the rules of Discord at least.
But
if you're a little bitch, I will shadow ban you. Is enough for me.
Yeah, but it's like, one person is making the world for 10, 20 people so much worse. And it's like, at a certain point, it's just not good. No. Yeah, you can check in incognito tab. There are ways, but it's just, I'm not going to suddenly ban everyone who has a bad statement. It's just some of them I actually look at and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, but what they say is, I mean, a vibe, bad vibe.
That's another thing. We've never had we don't have any mods. I am like the 4 of us are the only people with like mod perms on Discord, and we've been able to do that for a very long time. But sometimes it's just too much, and it's like so you guys comment, and I remember every single name, and I remember every single comment you write, and I see the trends. And if you write multiple comments where all you do is talk shit, and no, I know an example. I recently did one where there has been a guy, we announced Unicycle Pizza Time, and every video released after that, he commented like, your Unicycle game is dumb. It's already been done before by the Gary's mod. And I'm like, what are you doing here? He did like 3 or 4 of those comments, and I was like, whatever. This is not helping anyone. You're gone. You do not belong to the Bite Me gang anymore. And I just wanted to say this as like an opener to this.
At least the rule, like if you have bad vibes, you will get bad.
It's like hard to define what are bad vibes. I don't want to.
I mean, it can be subjective. It's still our Discord.
Yeah. So yeah, whatever. That was my little bombshell. What are we?
$30 donation.
Oh shit, we should open.
From Brian for Marnix standing his ground.
Woo! Thank you, Brian. You should add the
I'll put the
sounds
back
on. Up. That's a very nice one.
It was a coffee one.
Okay, let me take a look at it.
Let me put everything on. They saw the very hyped GIF you added.
Thank you, Brian. At least.
Yeah.
What do you?
Shirtless stream now.
No, guys, I don't have a bump. I'm sorry. Also, our previous BiteStream got limited ad friendliness, so I feel like me showing my nipples on stream will not
Marnix claims. I don't think this is true.
Will you get warnings or is it instant ban? Viewix, don't worry. I know you. I've seen your comments. I've seen the Discord chat. You're fine. You probably. The thing is, this YouTube also filters like the bad comments all the way to the bottom. If you scroll to the very bottom of our YouTube videos, those are like the ones that have like the bad vibes. I'm not gonna suddenly get every single one that I feel a little bit offended is going to be gone. It's just something that I am going to like take a little bit more of a. I'm not taking the approach anymore of I'm going for 100% openness. If you have no brain cells, you don't belong here. Is I guess what it comes down to.
Well, Marnix wanted to open the after party with a banger.
I did.
So there we go.
Yeah, that's the thing as well. It should be a healthy community. So we have these thousands of people. We need to make sure that other people can do it as well.
Yeah, I think it's already really weird that we went to this size without any moderation.
Yeah,
so
I'm still surprised how our Discord, the people in our Discord mostly are very adult. And like, sometimes you guys are like in conflicts about like, I don't know, engines or whatever. And then you like apologize to each other without any of our supervision. I'm like, find another Discord server that does that. You guys are great. But sometimes it's also like, the guy was like, yeah, anyone who wants to develop adult only games are garbage. Anyone who, like, all taxes are like, back in 1880, taxes were deemed unconstitutional and now they're ripping us out of the ass. And I'm like, this is not the place for that. Thank you, by the way, John Bonazza, for the $5 super chat as well.
Yeah, you won't hear it from my laptop because the audio is broken.
Oh yeah, that's fine, but I
also saw it in chat. Thank you very much.
Yeah, the thing is, it's best practice to ignore hateful comments for Ryan. I think you, in all respect, you have never run a channel of our size, I believe, because the amount of comments we get, the thing is also, you don't see that, but on YouTube Studio, yeah, you can't show it. Yeah, pull up YouTube Studio. Or, yeah.
Sure?
No. I'll just like look on it. I'll just give you like a broad idea how it works on YouTube Studio. I'll just do you can't see this very well, but it's like the comments, you see comments rated by best comments, always on top of videos.
We see
by latest. And it's all, and like, I would say 1 in every 10 videos, or like 1 in every 10 comments is like relatively, it's like Swankzilla commented 7 hours ago, the real indie apocalypse is about devs that don't do much dev, but just pump out clickbait content. I hope you guys are going to, the game you're going to charge your audience for is going to be polished, lads. It won't look great to announce that and either fail to ship or be perceived as shameless cash grab.
That's a fine comment.
The thing is, it's a fine comment that Swankzilla has been talking shit about us as a studio and making bad games for the past like 5 comments he wrote. And because we can look at the channel and see like all of the previous consoles, and this is like, I think, near the limit. I think if it was a little bit more rude, then he doesn't pause the vibe check anymore. But those are comments that still get to me, because people who call me clickbait, it just hurts. And I read every comment. The first thing I do when I wake up is read those comments. You can't ignore it, or you get a channel like Sasquatch B, where there is no interaction with the community anymore. There's no middle ground if you don't do moderation. That's the problem. I will have to look at these comments.
I agree, but I don't think that's a bad comment.
No,
just want to say this is not something you should get in trouble for. But there are definitely comments where people are just...
It's just inane and baseless. Here, why would you...
Supa.
Oh, no, that's the it's just later.
No, it's the second one, no?
Wait, the Streamlabs. No,
Oh, the Streamlabs
Yeah,
notice
yeah.
is later. I get it twice in chat.
Here. Why would you try to get funding? LOL. Use AI and build whatever you want. I'm blown away when I hear anyone complaining about the current game dev environment. And I'm like, what is this the first video you're watching? This was on the video we made yesterday. in the
Yeah, I
podcast.
saw that comment as well.
And those are like room temperature IQ comments. And also this guy, once again, probably first time, I don't care, but if it repeats itself, it's just no. It's just no, yeah.
AI make game, AI generated comments.
Yeah. Has Sasquatch B ever said something about you? There is one comment where he acknowledges our existence on another YouTube channel, and it's the only time.
What did he say? Was he nice?
No, he just said that we started very close and that he didn't know that before. So, yeah.
Thing is, he's just superior. He has more subs.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, what else do we have? I could do this in one day, indeed.
But yeah, I think generally you have a point. I think
so. From now on, Thomas,
not
if
too.
you do see those really harsh ones,
I'll remove it. But thing is,
don't remove them. You do the hide comments.
yeah, okay, hide. But I think there should still be criticism is allowed.
Yeah, definitely. I don't want to get rid of that.
Just don't be a complete dickhead.
Yeah. Also, like, you can say that Forge Instantly looks garbage or whatever, but
We even
give
say
us
that.
something extra as well. Don't
Yeah.
just be like, this game will fail because you guys are talentless devs. Thanks, but like, what should we do instead? So yeah.
Yeah, fair.
Oh, Eastshade is here. I guess Eastshade, you know a lot about getting comments. You know Eastshade?
He was not on the tier list.
Oh my God, Thomas! If you're gonna tell me you don't know Eastshade, I'm gonna beat you.
I'm going to Google.
You've seen his comments, his videos. We've literally made a react video, basically, to his video.
Wait, really?
Yeah, the one about the bar for game devs being just so high now. So he made a game and he runs a YouTube. Okay,
Is it called Eastshade?
that's the name of his game. Yeah, and he's got a studio as well. Maybe you've not seen the game. That's fine, but he definitely
Games
has.
look pretty.
Yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah, Eastshade is the marketing is not the issue guy. It was the very popular. Just say yes. Just say yes.
Yes.
Yes. You're a great YouTube channel. Perfect.
What? Explain. Okay, explain to the viewers.
Man, are you? Oh,
There's just. Oh wait, I should mute the audio.
what are you doing?
Yeah. We don't hear it, but they hear it.
Basically, he made a video that came down to look. The reason your games aren't selling is not because you're not marketing it, it's just because your games are not good enough. And he phrased it in the most beautiful way with like the calm Stardew Valley music and like a very soothing voice. So yeah. Yeah, like this one went giant, this video. Okay, well, Thomas will watch this later.
No, I remember.
We'll get there.
What do you want to say about it then? Or you just wanted to say hi?
I just wanted to say hi because he's a guy. No, he's not the bevy guy. Twitch chat.
He's not the baby guy.
I just wanted to say because he is probably one of the only people in this chat who understands the massive amount of comments you're gonna get, and 99% of them are going to be great, and they are going to be constructive. They're going to be well worded, and all of that.
You wanted support. You wanted him to back you up.
And you have then that 1% that is just out of nowhere, so inane. And you as the creator, you will still read all of them. And you will take that 1% to heart, basically.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, multiple YouTubers talk about this. Like how, even if you get
but
only
he
get
talks
1%,
about it the best. Oh,
Yeah.
about
yeah, I
the
wanted
hate.
to say that the 1%,
definitely.
like it brings you down way more than the 99% that's positive. Hey, I love that. Mycon, don't make an anti-character limit ban.
What? We don't care about that. Write long comments if you want. Anyways, I've been taking up like 20 minutes of the party.
Yeah, it's almost as
The
long as the
party is
BiteStream.
like just party pooping now. So, do you have some other questions you saw roll in during the BiteStream?
Nah, most people are just ranting or commenting or giving their opinion or whatever. I have a question.
Oh,
Yusuf has a question.
then ask the question, Yusuf.
No, but he asked the question already.
Well, then are you going to read it to me?
Yeah, well, I thought you were going to read it, but sure. A question about contacting YouTubers. Do you need to send a key if you only have a demo, or do you just send the full build to Expire
you left a comment
the game
earlier.
isn't out yet?
I haven't responded to it on the video.
No interaction with the community, this guy.
The comment was a few hours ago. So the thing there is, generally, if you have a demo, it's less worth, like value-wise, psychologically to the streamer versus a key, because a demo is not unique. Whereas if you have a key, you can like promise like, hey, you get a little bit more extra content, you get that little extra scoop. You can do it with just a demo, but I think keys are more effective in convincing people that, hey, they should try this. Also, the advantage of keys is if you don't expire them once the game comes out, they can play the game later on as well, post-launch. Maybe they will not get around to the game right now, but maybe they have a backlog, and like 3 months later, they suddenly are like, hey, let's give this a go, and your game is out. It's like, oh, I have to buy this now? No, because they already have a key, and the key automatically transforms into a full build once the game releases, basically.
Okay. Any ideas or plans for smaller projects after UPT, or does it mainly depend on how it performs? Wheelchair pizza time.
We're not doing it in a month anymore.
No.
That's the one big thing that I've already decided, yeah.
Yeah, it is a great video title. But yeah.
We could have, yeah, I mean, we're not giving up. We're gonna release, and it's gonna be a great game, but it is too crunchy. We are killing ourselves.
Especially with then 5 days of Gamescom going away for you.
Yeah, I think we talked about this. We'll be taking a break, kind of, for the first time in like 1.5 years. You won't notice this that much normally, because I schedule out these videos, there's a backlog and things like that. But we're gonna stop developing on like, just developing all of BiteMe basically for like
a week.
And I know this sounds dumb. We haven't done that for 1.5 years plus.
I went snowboarding in February.
Oh yeah, you did.
I went snowboarding. I snowboard. I stop at like 5 and I go home. I start my laptop and start developing. I was there with my...
We on purpose did not give you any work.
But I still did it.
But
you know I developed. You should look at commits.
Yeah, okay.
You didn't give me like big things to do, but I still, like, I made commits.
Yeah,
So yeah, the plan is to relax a bit.
Yeah, relax. Just, this is killing me. Especially the combination of Gamescom. Gamescom for me, content-wise, is I do the event.
Yeah, and then editing the day.
I do the event, I record the video that day, I edit that video the same day. Usually I did the same thing for Develop Brighton, but there was only 3 days. I edit until 9:30, and then my eyes are physically like, turn off laptop, fall into bed, and I crash and sleep until 5 a.m. Wake up at 5 a.m., continue the edit, and then at like 8, a little bit, at 8 I do like a little breakfast, and then I just go to the conference and I do it all over again. And it's killing me, and that on top of then Unicycle Pizza Time. Maybe it's a bit of a mistake to put it all together, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. Keep up the grind set.
Yeah, Unicycle Pizza Time is, Marnix has his YouTube fling to keep on doing. Like,
yeah, that as well.
And the Patreon, and then Gamescom comes. I still have my day job. I still work full time, even when doing the 30 days challenge. So I think we are, at least the two of us, I think William is a bit better workload wise, but at least the two of us, I think it's really time to step back for a little while and take a small break.
Susano Alarichar. I guess my question is, can you make a guide to attending conferences for each conference, tailored to the conference going versus consumers going? Is this I think this is a Patreon video that I made actually.
Oh, are we going back to an after party where you go to Patreon?
I'm not sure, but I think one of the older videos I did there was like, I don't know, it could have also just been a main channel one, honestly. Events. Let me look this up. Buy me some time, Thomas.
How much time you need?
Not that much normally.
Like, can you give me an estimate?
Like, give me 30 seconds.
Okay. Thomas, why don't you work only part-time? I have a mortgage to pay off.
Yeah.
I bought an apartment and it's still building like half a year ago. So I literally can't, or the bank will probably kill me.
That's dumb.
So yeah. How tempted are you to push Unicycle 1 or 2 weeks?
No,
we release next Friday. We didn't go through all this crunch to then give up.
Yeah.
Like, we will still need to crunch. It will be a very tiring days because there's still quite a bit that needs to be done, but we will make it. This is we are not quitters. Mama didn't raise no quitter.
Give me a few more seconds.
This guy says he doesn't need much time, but
I want to just give this.
It's fine.
I got the source, the main thing, but I want to look up if I can find a better example.
Yeah, that's fine. A lot of people are talking about conferences that are really like a lot of them. So yeah. Do you have like an estimate on how much all this publicity helps sell your games? What do you mean with publicity? Like the YouTube channel?
Yeah, not much.
Not much.
We're at, maybe we can share how much wishlist we have. I think that could be an interesting one for the boys.
Yeah, do you have the exact number?
I can just pull up the Steam, yeah.
Sure. I'm not logged in on Discord.
Okay, yeah, well, I'll pull it up. We are currently sitting at 361 outstanding wishes for Unicycle Pizza Time. Out of it, 292 are unspecified platforms, 68 Windows, 3 for Mac and 4 for Linux. So to those 7 people for Mac and Linux, I am sorry.
You can emulate it.
Yeah, you can figure out something. We're not doing an official port. So that is coming from Discord pushes. That is coming from a 4,000 view devlog. That's a bad...
4,000? Way more.
Not that much more.
Way more.
No, our devlog is not that good. You're the Lulu. A 10k short as well. I think the short did nothing though for wishlist, but it was...
I think it's a 7 or so.
Let's take a look. Man, we have too many videos. Oh, 6.6k.
See? 4.
Still.
This guy.
6.6k with 361 wishes. It's like, is this good?
No.
No. So it's not really marketing good.
Yeah, but we also don't have time for marketing because the store page is up for 2 weeks before
Yeah,
launch.
that's the thing also. It's like we're doing a lot of dumb stuff here. But I think also what I think is that this is a game where even if it doesn't, we're going to get 10 reviews on launch. I swear to God, that's going to happen. And this is I'm going to keep pushing this game, I think, marketing-wise later. I think
videos, yeah.
Not in videos, but also we're not going to have enough time to do a good influencer push before the games comes out. I think this is something where we're going to have to, I want to add an extra level. I think, for example, when that extra level is added, we do an extra push with influencers where we don't have the time crunch, and I think we'll get better results then.
True, but I think we should do as much outreach as we can already.
Yeah, of course.
Of course we cannot reach the 500 influencers you probably want to.
We're not getting the 10k wish list most likely.
Of course not.
But that's the thing.
Of course not.
So NullX, your YouTube might be able to fund your dev with sponsors. That's basically how it goes. Patreon and sponsors fund this, and YouTube. That's how we've been able to sustain ourselves so far, and it's going okay.
Yeah. For the boss CEO, how can you handle a full-time job and bite me case? I'm quite older than you, but I cannot find time to develop for my game. I outsource quite a bit of work to Marnix. Like, I have the title CEO, but he gets to do a lot of what I should be doing because I just don't have the time for it. And also, on paper, it says CEO on my card and COO, I think, on Marnix, but we are both like the founders. We are like founding fathers together.
East State Studios is like, is this Afterparty like an all topics Q&A? Basically, so this show is very much inspired by the When show by Linus Tech Tips. That's like, we literally just ripped that off. And the first 1 hour generally is like just talking about the news. There hasn't been much this week. And then afterwards, this part will not go on to Spotify or on Apple Podcasts or whatever, but we just want to talk to our audience and talk a little bit more.
Yeah. Bart Mamzer, is it going to be $5? Yep. And a 10% launch discount is only 4.5 for you if you buy it on launch day.
And it's going to be even less in Polish zloty, because I have been very aggressive in the pricing, because with Forge Industry, people commented hey, it's too expensive in certain currencies. It definitely was, because I used the Steam suggested pricing. Now I looked at other games, what is only ups pricing, things like that. And I was like, if I was uncertain, I just made it cheaper.
I know it's been discussed a lot, but I was curious to hear you guys' perspective as a game dev channel. Do you have any feelings about the streaming on YouTube versus Twitch?
So we're multi-streaming, and Thomas will explain to you all of his reasonings, because we have conflicting thoughts about this.
Yeah, so I think Twitch is a great way for extra discoverability. I also think the monetization on Twitch in general is better. I'm sorry, guys. This sounds really corporate-y, but that's also, I think, true. For example, there are a lot more people, for example, who do subs on Twitch than people who do members on YouTube.
By the way, members, the thing is also, we haven't been pushing members on YouTube.
True, we haven't been pushing subs on Twitch.
We have done more. We have been, guys, if you have a Prime, Amazon Prime subscription, you can subscribe to us for free on Twitch. It costs you nothing. We get a few bucks. You can use cool emojis.
Hey, Bart Mamser subscribed with Twitch Prime.
Yeah.
See, he proved my point. Also, we are super blurry. Okay, we're back.
Okay. And same thing with YouTube members. We haven't been pushing that either because.
True.
So the thing with YouTube members is we can't have it as a Patreon alternative because I think I'm kind of straying away from the original topic. So pull me back in a second. YouTube takes a little bit more than 30% because also they do payment processing. They take like 40% almost of the total like earnings you have, whereas Patreon it's 8%. And we were like, hey, let's add some custom emotes, and we have like a €3 tier basically. And it's just, you get to use some cool emotes that we had commissioned, which I will post in chat right now. So if you want to use those and you just want to support us with like $2 extra or something, then yeah, you can do the YouTube member. It's mainly for the streams that we added it. And there's not much extra content you get. It's just like a cool little badge behind your name and that's it. So yeah, pull me back now. But
yeah, so basically, I think there is no cost to us for doing multi-stream. So this is why I think we should do it, because I think there is we are 12 people on Twitch and we're 100 people on YouTube. Yeah, but it's unfair to compare.
Yeah, because a
lot of people know us from YouTube and we have that audience there. So it's great that we don't only stream on Twitch. But I also think that if you wait 2 years like you did with the YouTube, Twitch can definitely outgrow YouTube on viewers. And that's why I think it's unfair to compare them now. You should compare them when it has more time in the oven.
I think Twitch is also better at monetization.
That's what I said. I said it earlier.
Did you? You can earn more money through Twitch than through YouTube. But yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
okay.
Monetization is better.
Because everyone who donates, I love you guys, but like you don't have that for when you make videos. Like you never get people don't donate really on videos. Like yeah, YouTube has the thing, but
or the super chat from earlier.
Yeah, like super.
I don't think we've ever gotten a super chat on. Is it even possible?
What? Like on videos?
On videos.
Of course. Every time it happens, you send me a screenshot of it happening.
On video?
Yeah. Shout out Carrie F for the $10 like super. It's not called super chat, like a super thanks or something.
Okay, yeah. It's just called different. I was like,
yeah, it's like the highlighted comments.
Yeah. Okay, that exists, but that happens way less than when you do a live stream.
Yeah, I think after the 2 live streams, we out-earned the super thanks basically.
Yeah.
Bert Mamser, I feel like game dev on Twitch is very small. Have you seen how many viewers Pirate Software has?
He also streams on Twitch.
Yeah.
But he says on YouTube.
No, he said on Twitch. Did I say YouTube? He's talking about he feels like game dev on Twitch is very small. I don't think so. I think if you're streaming on Twitch though, you need to have more of a personality. I think that is very important. Is he from YouTube? No. I think Pirate got big on Twitch and then also has a YouTube clip thing. I think, yeah, it's like shorts, whatever, it's complicated.
Yeah, I think in general, I don't see why we wouldn't do multi-stream, but I would not do YouTube only, and I would not do
The thing is, it costs us
Twitch
nothing
only.
to do it, so yeah. I personally wouldn't have minded just only doing like YouTube, but Thomas was really like, we should add Twitch. We do the multi-streaming, so it's very easy.
I mean, yeah, I think from the get-go, I was really keen on just doing live streams in general. And once I convinced Marnix to actually start doing live streams, where I was also like, and I also want this. It's just like, so, you know, when you get someone to say yes once, it's harder to say no the second time.
Yeah.
So I just add on top of it, and I was like, yes, now we're doing multi-streams. But it's just not, the opportunity cost or the cost in general is like 0. So why not give it another shot?
Yeah, multi-streaming, I just have to like switch between Twitch and YouTube as well now, which is a bit annoying. Like you say
multi-streaming is slightly more tedious and splits up the chat and stuff. I have the Streamlabs desktop here open, and I see one combined chat. I can see your chat just below Bart Mamsers from Twitch. So no, You just need the tools, and okay, we pay for the Streamlabs, but we were going to pay for it anyway because we needed like overlays and all those things.
It was like we were originally planning on like, hey, are we just gonna commission like the overlays? But then we're like, hey, no, actually, it's 99 euros a year or something that we're paying, and then we immediately it splits the chat from the viewer's POV. That is true, and so that's why we have the on-screen overlay as well. Helps with the VODs as well. But we were like, hey, we can just get a sponsor, like shout out Planetary Processing. They said that there hasn't been much of this was probably the last spot we're doing because we scheduled 4 with them. And they said that they didn't really notice much coming from it, which is okay, whatever. We told them like, hey, this is an experiment, but we got that Streamlabs basically earned back immediately from it, so yeah.
There's also just the thing, we're experimenting with Twitch because we really, we don't know. For example, BiteStream. Do you put it in software and game development, or do you do it in just chatting?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We put it in just chatting, and nobody saw it.
Yeah, and then we changed it, and it's a bit better, but I don't.
You're correct, by the way, Eastshade. We are in violation of the terms of service because we combine the chats on screen for Twitch. YouTube allows it, Twitch doesn't, so you'd need like 2 separate Twitches. But
Twitch also says they will not ban you for this.
Oh, they did say
They say we will at least give you a warning first.
Okay,
they have not given us a warning.
Yeah, so we'll see.
So yeah. Would you guys hire an unpaid intern? We had 2 unpaid interns 4 months ago.
We're not doing it anymore.
For 4 months. Yeah, we would if we could.
No. Yeah, we technically can, but it would not be a good experience. We do not. Also, I do not have the bandwidth to manage the unpaid intern.
Yeah, but we have William
and all of that. So
William will manage it. But yeah. Let's see, what else are the people saying? Twitch is much better for initial discoverability.
Yeah.
Viewers can find streamers.
It's impossible to find streams on YouTube, basically.
Yeah, and that's what I mean with like if we just stream to both.
Yeah.
Like there's a chance that we get seen by some new people.
Yeah. Mandy Saw W, by the way, is also like, does Belgium have grants where interns get paid? Nope, you get nothing. It's just the way Belgium works. In order to graduate, you need to do an unpaid internship. We did unpaid internships. I saw it as well. Yeah. It gets a lot of frowns, but it's just how everyone in Belgium works, and it's normal.
It depends what country you're from.
So
for you, it's weird, but for Belgium, it's normal.
Yeah, we did 2 months.
Yeah, it's even illegal to pay interns.
Yeah, it's illegal to pay them. Yeah. The only exception is if you go to another country than Belgium, then you can get paid. But if you do the internship inside of Belgium, you're not allowed to do it. You're not allowed to get paid.
Yeah. The company I work with full time, they have an office in Belgium and in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
If you go do the internship in the Netherlands, they give you money. If you do it in Belgium, it's like, we cannot do it, sorry.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We did not trademark Bite Me Games. That is...
Yeah.
Who's gonna...
Why not?
Who's gonna take that name? What are they gonna do? That's not worth it.
But everyone knows us already. Yeah. So... yeah. We got lucky. Long live Belgium. Let's stay here forever, Marnix.
Whoa, let's not say that again. Is UPT on track for release, says Var Charmander.
Release is Friday.
Is it on
I
track?
would hope so.
Yeah.
There's still quite a bit of things on. I need either you or William for like a day.
Use William, you do not have access to me. I have to grind the levels. The level needs to be more finished, and that is basically tomorrow. The thing is, priority-wise, tomorrow I'm probably gonna focus still on finishing the Tuesday video and also the Patreon video for Monday, and then until Friday or like Thursday, basically I'm just going to do only level design, expanding the level, adding more gameplay, adding more like stages and things like that. That is the most important thing. It's gonna happen, most likely. I mean, it is gonna happen. It's just going to suck big time.
Yeah, the thing is, I need to work on a couple of things for the lobby, like finish things up, and also the pushing mechanic.
Yeah.
Well, the pushing is not the right word, but like the collide,
like
and
you can push over people and do things like that. Do you like Bite Me as a name when you're pitching to publishers? I am pretty sure that people do not care about your name.
Yeah, they do not care. There are so many. Every game dev studio has the most weird name ever, so they don't care.
We saw some weird names. What was that? Like the studio that was like not a funeral home.
Oh yeah.
They had like some
maybe I can go.
I think, yeah.
Send off. No.
What was the?
They were working like they.
Who's the Arma?
They were working with the new thingy, Bohemia.
The Bohemia Incubator.
Yeah, Bohemia Incubator.
I'll look it up. You buy some time.
Yeah. How is multiplayer handled? If I buy one copy, can I play with my kid on the same Steam account? I'm sorry, but you cannot. There is no local multiplayer, and we use Steam multiplayer to actually handle the multiplayer. So everyone needs a copy, and it is handled through Steam multiplayer. I don't think Steam allows you to, with the same account, to do that. So you need one for each.
It's not on their website because they said also like you had to sign an NDA if you wanted to look at the game. So the studio that
but there was a studio with
a really funny name that was basically like, we're gonna kill you, was what it said, and then they were like, not a funeral.
Yeah.
Place of departure or something.
Yeah, place of departure, something like that. Yeah, that can be the thing.
I think you can't find anything of them, like only funeral homes.
Liam, Place of Departure is an award-winning indie game dev studio.
Oh.
I think it's this one.
Wait, award-winning? No way.
I don't know.
It's
their thing. It's their thing.
Yeah.
It's Place of Departure, yeah.
How did they... Okay, whatever. We have a short, by the way, Liam, of how we got our name. It's like, just go through our shorts.
Bananaman, good evening.
Good evening.
But Bite Me was a dating app focused around eating together, and they made the game studio. Yeah, that's the short of it.
And we have a short
of
how we got there. So
I saw a studio called Hack the Publisher.
Yeah, like
that's what I mean. Like the names are so random.
It doesn't matter as long as you have.
Don't forget to get Twitch Prime. We already give you their free.
We already had that happen. Shout out Bart Mamser who got the Twitch Prime sub. If you do not know, guys, if you have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe to us on Twitch for free. We get a few bucks. You get
Jeff Bezos gives us his money like by hand. Because you press the button.
Yeah,
he flies over every.
He takes his mega yacht to us.
And he comes here and he gives us the $2 Coronis or whatever. And he's like, "There you go." This guy pressed the button and then he leaves again. So don't think about that. You're ruining the planet. You're actually supporting us.
Yeah. What stops us from hiring 100 unpaid interns and deploying games every 3 months? Ethics. And the fact that I need to deal with 100 unpaid interns.
And the fact that the school will probably look at us weird if we say, how many interns you want? I don't know, like 100? Be like,
What was the most valuable skill you learned going to Gamescom?
Drink less energy drink.
He was like 2 Monster Energies and one or two Red Bulls.
I think it was only one. No?
I think you drank 2 Red Bulls, 2 Monster Energies in one day, right before the pitch, and he was shaking.
Yeah, like Marnix said, like when I was doing the pitch, I was looking like this.
Yeah,
I was like, there we go.
I think for me, maybe is it like a skill? More. The thing is, I'm like always been introvert. Sorry, I am not an extrovert. Except now. I like talking to people about game dev and just helping them. And also, like, for example, going to those Valve events, I think I've gotten, like, I've been that since for like a year already, but I think I've gotten more outgoing, more able to just go things head on because I have that existential fear. Hey, if I don't talk to these people, it will affect me in the long run. So yeah.
Have you considered TikTok? UPT is a type of game that does really well.
So TikTok or UPT shorts, had like 10k views on YouTube, you would think like, hey, that would do good on TikTok as well. No, 250. It's our worst performing TikTok out of the latest 10. This is the thing, I don't like TikTok because I don't understand it. And sure, we like cross-post it because it's the same MP3 file at the end of the, or like MP4 file at the end of the day. But I don't use TikTok myself, so I don't understand what does and doesn't work. Also, I don't know, like
I just want to see you dance.
I don't know, we'll see about that. So yeah, it's like, I used to be a really introvert. I think I've gotten by going to those events. Like the YouTube has taught me to be able to speak better on camera and just in general. And then it's easier to translate that to speaking to a person, keeping conversation alive. Because if you can just talk to yourself, I can keep a conversation alive with the most like socially awkward people basically at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing you'd probably talk about with me having to grow. That's
Yeah.
probably also just being able to talk to that camera sitting over there without Marnix sitting here and keeping you guys entertained for 1.5 hours.
Yeah. Get an intern to manage the interns.
I mean,
there's probably, I mean, one of our interns wanted to be a producer, right? So we just give her 10 extra interns to deal with.
do you think she would be good at it? Spicy talk. She's not watching this anyway.
I think she has some... She has too much faith in how awesome the world is. Like, I think she had the problem where she didn't see anything going wrong, and the thing is, this is normal. You need to face smash before you realize
everyone
that, hey,
who's in school is very optimistic,
Then
and
they're like-
they hit their face on the curb like 25 times.
Yeah, she
So-
is a DAE person. She did great work as an artist, but also this was some of the feedback that once, like after we did the final presentation, she paused. Don't worry, guys, we gave her good marks. But like the teachers also,
Both interns were.
the teachers were also like, yeah, we can see that like still very gung-ho attitude of, yeah, I'm gonna go into a studio and I have these great ideas, and you just haven't been like seeing the soul-crushing reality sometimes of, hey, there's bureaucracy, there's someone who doesn't like your idea and will shoot it down, and or like some people just don't work as fast as you expected. So
We won't mention which tier list, which intern it was.
yeah,
So was it a tier list engine?
yeah, let's not.
Was it a tier list
It was
intern?
an
Maybe,
intern.
maybe not.
So yeah, I get it.
But yeah, in general, when you come from school, I think you will be beaten down a couple of times.
And
Learn that
it's-
reality kind of
yeah,
sucks,
that's the
and
thing.
it's normal.
You learn a lot through internships, but even then, someone fresh out of high school or university is still not going to be a perfect person. It's normal. It takes time. We were not perfect. We still aren't.
Bananaman says, I know where I need to get my internship for next year. Well, you better do a big dodo first.
I don't.
It's a joke. We're probably not.
We're
taking
not going to
interns.
be doing interns most likely. I'm sorry.
Not for next year. After that, maybe.
We'll see.
Thing is, we have a lot of shit on our hands, and we cannot do the.
If UPT sells like $10 million, yeah, sure, we can.
No,
do
but
that,
I also just mean, first of all, we're not here when the fair is.
Also,
that's
yeah.
a big reason in my opinion. But also, if everything goes according to plan, that's the time when we are finishing Guild Architect,
yeah. So
and that's just bad timing.
yeah, that's the thing. Also, we started that new project, the interns. Like, I think it's a shit experience if you get an intern and you put them on a project that's like 1.5 years long already in development. And it's
Yeah,
like,
that's why
how
I
does
think-
the code base work? Everything is like pretty badly structured or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense if you haven't been working on the project for that long. And yeah.
Yeah, but I will still take interns.
Yeah, you're
again.
very pro intern.
Look at the work they delivered.
They
How
did-
can you not think it is worth it?
The thing is also, I don't think we were good hosts. That's the big
Yeah,
problem
but that's
I have as
I
well.
agree, but that's why we need to evolve.
Yeah.
That's why we now have 1.5 years of training arc, and then we come back as pro.
Yeah, should have made them do a game in 30 days. We have 4 months, so we can pump out 8 games. The school would murder us if we did that. But
You will show up at Gameforce for emotional support. Thank you very much, but we will not be at Gameforce.
don't go to Gameforce if you want to meet us. I
Yeah,
will be chilling.
we will
in
not be
Japan.
there.
We'll be at Tokyo Game Show.
Yeah,
I
come
think
by.
it's in like the same week actually. So
Come to Tokyo Game Show instead.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the last 2 years we went to Gameforce. This year, it's not in it. So yeah. One in every 10 games is a hit, so it sounds like a plan.
I mean, it's like a stat of
If
like,
we just keep pumping out games, at one point surely we succeed, right?
yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Interns are best at doing production content. The problem is also like we talk to them and like, hey, do you have some horror stories because it's always fun? And it's like, yeah, there's like people who just have to like manually edit sprite sheets for like 2 weeks, and it's like, yeah, that is not fun. They're not learning much. If I could, I would like let them do cool stuff, but there's like this balance of we need to get stuff done. We do not have the freedom to let them like basically play for 2 months. That's like the ideal situation where you give them like a self-contained project. You're like, hey, go and work on this. We're here to support you. We do the check-ins.
I think the work we gave them is really good.
Yeah, but it's still like, I wouldn't mind, like for example, if you want more of the producer role, to see, like, hey, can we make something happen to give you that? But yeah, that's it.
Yeah, but we're too small for that.
Yeah, so that's the thing.
Yeah, but if you just want someone who wants to do their art thingy, or just because, hey, there are too few spots to do an internship in Belgium, we can fill up that hole and they can still be useful. Like, I think we gave them a good things to work on, and they delivered great work. I think they I don't know if they learned things, but they did their 4 months and they passed, and now, yay, they can go into the real world and realize that the industry is still shit.
Life sucks, yeah. Jerry Camacho, I can read your message. You're not shadow banned, so you can ask it as well. In the meantime, Zumba Pap, realistically, do you think any conferences are truly worth it? I mean, the ones where you can travel via plane and hotel. Plane, never. Hotel, depends. Like, we got pretty cheap hotels for Gamescom because we went by car, 2-hour drive, and then it's like 20-minute drive from the hotel to the conference. Parking was like 13 euros a day as well. Then it's like, okay, I think the hotel also, we paid like 300 euros or something. It's like, that's still okay, but the moment you start going over that, like I saw some Gamescom hotels with like 800 euros, you're not getting that out of it most likely. Yeah. So, yeah.
Rohan Anthony said, I would love a little intern, raise him like a kid. I don't think you should get an intern.
Yeah. I think you should get blacklisted for that.
Given your experience in your con recently, what would your marketing advice be? I think, before you go and yap, I think mine hasn't changed.
Okay, I'll let you yap. I'm going to get something more to drink.
You want mine?
No.
Okay. I don't think mine would change much. I think in general, it's still, if you don't have a publisher, reach out to influencers. That's your best shot, for sure. You cannot, if you can get a publisher, they do it for you. So that's always great. But yeah, overall, just get a publisher or reach out to like 500 streamers. We have like a big list for UPT already, well, big, relatively big, where it's like, we want to reach out to these influencers and just spam them. Hope someone picks it up, hope it's like a snowball effect, and wish for the best. That's probably my idea, but...
Should have stayed a bit longer so you could try more yapping. Guess you gotta improve at it. Level design task.
ASMR. Oh yeah, you had your mic. So I said what my advice would be. I just said, if you don't get a publisher, do streamers. I don't think it has changed, my advice for marketing. You want to add anything, or?
No.
Did you forgot the light?
Go ahead.
I'll do it because I also want to drink. So in the meantime, I'll drink.
Do you guys manually send all the influencer emails, or is there some way to automate it from a big list of emails?
Depends if they give us a sponsorship or not.
Wait, let me see.
On the sponsorship?
No, let me see if I can figure out how this works. I'm taking over. I had a introductory meeting with...
Hostile takeover. He has taken my spot.
Shut up. I'm trying to teach the people here something. There's this studio called Pixel Maniacs. What are you doing? My God. And they basically created an automated tool. It's kind of hard. You need to contact them. That they have a tool that they made here. Furthermore, let me screen. So they have a tool. Furthermore, we are currently developing an influencer marketing tool. I don't know where this link goes.
Should I sit on your spot now?
No, it's fine. You're getting your spot back in a second. Well, it's a LinkedIn post. Basically, you can contact them, and the thing is, it was kind of expensive because they are outsourcing. I mean, you can sit for a moment, we can go back to full screen. They're basically outsourcing most of the work to a click farm in India, is what it comes down to. Because you have this thing where, you can only get like 15 emails a day before YouTube blocks you, and they like just have a data center or like an office in India that automatically clicks the captchas for you. They have a really cute dog! No, that's Amy. But their pricing started at $100 a month, and I was like, ooh.
I mean, I think most of the things we do are manual.
Yeah, I just do them manual because even manual, still the return on investment is there. You're talking about 4 to 8 hours of work. It's still worth it.
Yeah, but you should get started on it early, because if you want to get it for example, YouTubers, there's a limit to how many emails YouTube allows you to get in a day.
Yeah.
So it's like you add it, like do 5 every day, and do it for like half a year, and then you have a nice list.
Yeah. Also, like GDC indeed has a conference associate program where you work at the conference and then you also get a ticket. You even get a hotel, which is good. I know Devcom also had a scholarship program where 250 people got a free conference pass, which was worth like 500 euros. But then you still had to pay for your hotel and things like that, which can be expensive. Some people were also just camping basically for like $10 a night. Yeah. Depends on the conference you want.
What should happen so you, as Bite Me Games, can publish small games? You mean from viewers and so on?
I think so.
A big bag of money needs to happen. Because we cannot afford ourselves. How can we ever afford you?
Wait, let me pull up. I got this email this morning. Can you become my game publisher?
I am very sorry.
But yeah, no.
Wait, that's the entire mail? That's it?
Yeah. We get a lot of weird viewer
mails.
But
he added some images, I guess.
Yeah. But
that's the most horrible way to ask.
Yeah, and it's like, whatever, we're not gonna...
Yeah, whatever.
Basically, I have some ideas, right?
We need money. That's the main.
But even then, if we would do publishing, I wouldn't look at traditional publishing where we give like 50 to 100K. Like, even if we had the money, I think it doesn't make sense with our audience. I would do like micro publishing. Like, what do you get? You get
marketing.
Like $5,000 or something, and like the barrier of getting the money would be much lower because we do not have we talked about this in one of our streams, so we do not have the skill to determine an amazing game. Like, what is like the next Balatro gonna be? Are we kidding ourselves? This guy only plays League and I only play like Battlefield 4.
William plays everything, but he is also
he likes everything.
Yeah, he likes everything.
So we are the worst team to become a publisher. But I think we could do a lot of good stuff by just allowing more people to get started, like where that barrier might be like, hey, I just need a few $1,000 for an asset pack or getting a few, like some work from an artist or whatever. So that. Also, Flare6 asked for UPT. Will you give 1 key or 4 keys? I asked this. We'll be giving 2 by default to everyone. And if they want more, like in the email, or like, hey, if you want more, send us an email. But we're giving 2 by default. I think 4... not everyone is going to do. So yeah.
I kind of want to email you a real offer, lol. I mean, we don't have 5K to spare. So if you want us to publish you without giving you any benefits, send out a mail.
We'll do a 50-50 revenue split.
And you get nothing.
You get nothing.
UPT is a great idea though. It definitely is. It's going to be game of the century.
Well, let's see. Also, why wouldn't you guys have more credibility in the eyes of publishers the more games you have successfully released? Yeah, I don't think our YouTube gives a lot more credibility.
Where do you...
YouTube chat, Foods, Player.
Oh yeah, where do you guys have more? I think the credibility part, no. But I do think it's an advantage.
It helps a bit in being memorable and standing out, but it's not really going to be the thing that makes or breaks our pitches.
No, but it can be the drop that overflows the bucket. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's in English, but in Dutch
it's that breaks the camel's back.
Yeah, exactly. But in the end, it's just an extra advantage. We mentioned it when we were pitching, but we didn't go into detail.
Yeah, because it can still mean things. No, we did. We talked about, for
example, community playtesting and so on.
And crowdsourced localization could be something that, hey, can save some costs down the line, but it's not going to be the big difference. It helps, but...
Yeah, it's a bonus, but not...
Yeah.
That big.
Okay.
I love how UPT became an official abbreviation. Every game we make an abbreviation.
Yeah, of course. It's like GA. But the thing is, UPT, like we still say Guild Architect in spoken conversation. Yeah. Unicycle Pizza Time is a little bit too long, so we just say UPT often, and yeah.
But for example, in our Discord, the private one with the Bite Me team, it's always GAFI. FI.
Yeah.
Sounds really stupid now. UPT, SOE.
Yeah.
BCC even.
Yeah. So.
AOL, but that was only very briefly.
Gertmail, Vim or Emacs, I use Nano, like a real chat.
Can't figure out Twitch Prime sub, Christ.
Yeah, that's
Marnix,
the thing. Like,
will you do a tutorial?
No.
Make a short out of it.
FI, GA, and SOE. SOE, we sometimes set the abbreviation. FI and GA, we never set the abbreviation because the name was not that long. It's just unicycle pizza time. It doesn't like fully roll over. Time to switch to Deadlock. We are horrible at he's horrible at shooters. So yeah, the NDA is over indeed. Should indie devs seriously consider developing games for mobile? I think you should if you have like 1,000, if you have a little bit of a budget to spend on ads and focus on KPIs and all of that. I think there's more gross revenue that you can earn through things like in-app purchases and advertisement, things like that. But you need to have some money to get that initial kick, because where Steam, you cannot buy space on Steam basically. Like you cannot get higher up in search results. That is not the case with how mobile works. You're going to have to spend money on advertising. It's just a requirement.
Also, there's no such thing as wish lists on mobile, right?
No. Crazy Games is only for web builds indeed. No way to do a downloadable. That's true.
True, it's like itch basically.
No, because on itch you can just have
you can
download
also,
page.
fair. Okay, fair.
When can we do our text-bound cycle Pizza Tales crossover game, says Oscar? I don't know. I feel like it's two genres that are very... You can add a unicycle to our game if you want. To your game.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Or if we sell for 25 million...
dollars?
Euros.
Okay. Well, if you said Zimbabwe dollar...
Net. I will add your birdie thing.
The Pope.
I will add we will add the Pope.
The corpse of the Pope, 2D corpse as well.
Yeah, the 2D corpse of the Pope to UPT. For everyone watching except Oscar, nobody knows what we're talking about.
Well, we talked on Gamescom. So.
But yeah, 25 mil in net euro sales.
Yeah,
we will add the dead Pope of your your game to our game. Yeah. The crossover everyone wants.
Yeah, 25 million Venezuelan pesos. Guys, we have TCP, UDP, but get ready for UPT.
UPT will earn more money than UDP, TCP ever could.
Bro, you do not know how much a Cisco switch costs.
Even then, even if you only count the cheap ones, like the knockoff ones from like every other vendor, it's still, Are VR games dead? Any comments about VR games?
Yeah, I think they're pretty down.
I don't think they're dead, but there's a lot of...
I think
they lost steam.
Yeah, if you're releasing...
not Steam, but they lost Steam.
Oh no, they lost on Steam.
Also on Steam?
Yeah, we talked about this with Does It Stack? Remember? I think if you're making a game for VR, you have to be in bed with Meta for it to be a success.
True. Yeah.
If you're not, it's doomed. If you're just doing it on like Steam release, it's very, very rough right now. The thing is with Meta, if you do get that magical deal, like for example Laser Dance or Does It Stack apparently is getting a re-release on Meta, they can guarantee you certain coverage. They will cover you in their like big announcement events, and then you're going to be okay.
Yeah, Oscar, we're looking out for each other.
The crab is coming. So I think developing for VR, because the problem is also VR, Meta is bleeding money still. People still aren't buying it. I think XR maybe. VR, where does it make sense if you're going for B2B development? There's a lot of money to be made still. That was like half the people we met at Unite as well, were like people who made like training simulators for software. Like my mom works in a hospital. She has no clue how tech works, but they use VR headsets for their training. I don't want to know how much they're charging the hospital for that, but it's got to be a lot. And there is still money in that, but not in VR games really.
No.
Yeah, indeed. Mandy saw as well. A lot of industrial VR and AR. There's a lot more money in that, especially AR now and like XR mixed reality, but not for Steam anymore. Unless Steam suddenly brings out, I think, a new headset, but the Steam headsets are also so expensive always. They're like not the entry-level ones like Meta
Maybe
does.
one day.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on hosting a team's Pause the Game tournament? 3 groups pass 3 games to see which one is best at the end.
We're not doing that.
Yeah, it can be fun, but
No.
we have a game to release in 6 days.
Even after that, I would like to take it a bit more chill.
It's like almost a game jam on steroids, in my opinion. From what I hear of it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you do it for fun, do it. If you don't want, if you want to spend your time with the best ROE stat-wise, probably don't do it. But it sounds fun.
Yeah, indeed. Everyone's like VR and AR is the way to go in SaaS and like manufacturing and all of that. So, yeah. How's Twitch chat been going? Oh, the gamer redeemed hydrates.
Oh, I didn't. Oh yeah, hydrate and hi. He said hi.
Hi, gamer655.
No, it's not gamer655. It's the gamer.
The underscore gamer.
Don't say the underscore. It's a. He probably wanted to put a space there.
I've been putting together a list.
Cubilin, hello.
I've been putting together a list of potential future publishers for an RPG game I've been prototyping. I've been struggling to find publishers with RPGs in their catalog. Any Rex, Thomas, go to impress.games. We talked about this in yesterday's video as well. And this is not going to be the be-all and end-all approach. And then go to, let's show this. Go to Tools, and then Steam Publisher Database. There are other databases as well, but I really like this one. And
also,
here,
if maybe say if they want to do a premium thing, we have an affiliate, right?
that's for if you want to use Press Kitty or their coverage bot. We do.
Oh, okay.
This is a completely free thing.
Okay, completely free.
So I'm gonna share the link for a second as well, so you guys can follow along at home. And here you should be able to do tags, and then look for RPG. And you should get RPG games, like publishers with RPG games. Is it working?
Yep.
And a lot of publishers you will have never heard of, but this could be a really good starting point to narrow down that list of, hey, what are people with that catalog? And basically, yeah, just go from there. Impress.games once again. I think there are other publisher lists, but this one has a tag filtering, which is, I think, a big benefit, because I think the time of, that was something I talked on Gamescom, I think, as well. The time of general list publishers, like a Team 17, who does basically everything under the sun, is coming to an end, and there's more of a, hey, you have a Serenity Forge, and they only focus on one specific thing, because that's where they have that marketing knowledge, and they know their audience more as well, thing. Does it include global or US, UK, and Euro? Maybe you can change it. Otherwise, if you have Gameolytic Premium, you can probably, no, it doesn't focus on country lists.
What does it want to do?
Like focus on games that have a specific like audience. The thing is, a publisher doesn't really have a like Asian focus as much. It's more game based as well. Like, for example, Gamera Games does have more of an Asian one, but it's very difficult to say, I think. Yeah, you just need to do more research. You need to really stalk them to a certain degree and really look at what do all of these publishers do. There's no easy like, hey ChatGPT, give me 50 publishers for my game approach that fit well. It's just global. What are you looking at? Oh, you're not screen sharing anymore. Okay,
yeah, I'm
fine.
just browsing the Impress site.
Yeah. What do you guys think about Chase Your Dreams versus the make smaller games and build a following question? I found the Chase Your Dreams to be so naive.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to give a longer answer,
No.
knowing you, but yeah.
I'm gonna let you answer, because I don't wanna.
Chase your dreams. If you want to make money, and I don't mean I want to become rich, whatever. It's more like, hey, I actually want to make this my main job. Making your dream game is probably one of the biggest traps in indie game dev. Your dream game is probably not small enough in scope, will probably not fit the current market, and if you ever want to succeed, I think in indie game dev, want to go to a publisher or even self-publish, I think you need to look at what the market wants. The market does not want yet another 2D platformer. And if that is your dream game, sucks. The market is not...
No, you can make it, but you can't make money from it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's if you want to do it for your main job. But if you want to make a 3D open world RPG there is a market for that, but you cannot make it properly in time. There's a reason for the new Dragon Age that's coming out later this year is like in development for like 6 years or whatever.
Yeah, with like 100 people team.
Yeah, there's a reason for that. No matter how good the tools are getting to make things better and better, you cannot get to that scope. If you do this for a hobby, do whatever you want, make your dream project. I think that's at least my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, well, keep in mind there are also agencies that can handle the marketing for you. The problem is you need to pay those agencies.
Yeah.
A publisher gives you the money to then pay those agencies. That's the big difference. And you lose out on then if like the marketing agency sucks and it's the publisher's money, well, you're not losing your money, which is still a big difference. You're better off. We talked about this in the revisit of our funding tier list.
Yeah. You play with someone else.
It's always better to use someone else's money to play with instead of your own money.
Yeah. The publisher takes the risk instead of you.
Yeah.
So even if you work with the same marketing agency, when you use a publisher and use their funding, great.
Yeah.
It doesn't cost you any money if your game flops. If you work directly with them, your game flops, bye-bye money.
Yeah. Publisher tier list, when that is not happening.
Nope. We don't have enough experience with any of them.
Also, what is like, what are we even tier listing them on? How much of an asshole they are? Like to work with or what? Like if we get 50 games published by 50 different publishers and then we tier list them.
I mean, we pitch to them. We get to the last stage where they give us their offer, and then we deny it and we put that out there.
Then we put the offer,
and then we will never ever have a publisher talk to us.
There's a video on Patreon where we have a contract from Raw Fury with lawyer notes. If you're interested in that.
True. It's a juicy one.
It's a juicy one because there are some red flags in there. So
yeah, and it's
and you're gonna have to pay for that lawyer yourself. The publisher is not funding the lawyer to look over the contract for the publisher.
Yeah. Just steal this publishers to make the badly rated, but we don't know their typical contract, so we cannot properly estimate it.
Yeah, because those things are very hush-hush.
Yeah. What about the bros that want publishers just to handle the stuff non-dev related, porting, localization, QA, and marketing? That's perfectly fine. If that's all you want, there are probably publishers that do all that. Like, not every publisher is purely funding. They offer a lot of other services as well. So yeah.
Yeah, some friends of mine spent 150k doing a publisher demo. I spent the best part of a year pitching and it got low. The thing is,
publishers will never say it's not
no,
good.
Publishers are not a good gauge for feedback if the game is good or bad, because it's in the publisher's interest to always have
delay.
Not just delay, but also to never give bad feedback, because maybe that game doesn't make sense, but your future game that you work on may be an actual fit. They do not want to scare you away. And that's the thing. Yeah, publishers will... I don't know if it's always just purely about the delay. That is definitely a thing. There's a great article by Ram Ismail about it. But I do not think a publisher will ever tell you, this is a garbage game. Don't pitch that. Don't pitch this. Just stop.
No.
Yeah. And so... Yeah. You think layoffs will end up with many new successful studios? There'll be many new studios. I don't think they'll be successful, all of them, because a lot of indie devs also, or like a lot of AAA devs, they miss the grind set and the grit that you need to...
And just, even if they can make a decent or good game, they miss all the other aspects of indie game dev.
Yeah, there's so much... There's different ways of working.
Making a game is half the experience of being an indie dev.
They need to be able to wear the multiple hats. If you've spent years as only character, you have to learn...
Talk about that. I was really disappointed.
What, I needed to bring the hats?
No.
Okay.
Then I should have brought my own hat.
That's also true.
But we did a funny segment with multiple hats. You didn't include it.
What, I did? You're blind.
Wait, did I miss it?
Yeah, you missed it.
Oh God. Okay, I take it back.
My grandma even commented on it.
Really? Oh, I'm an idiot. I take it back. Wait, when did I watch the video? I think
you should have
yesterday.
Watched it. It came out at 9
I definitely
PM.
was too tired then.
Yeah, no.
Okay, I take it back. You did great. It was great that you
The
included
head
that.
gag was funny. The hats were great, honestly.
The hats were, yeah.
We got so many questions about them
Like,
as well.
we were in the indie area last day and there were like multiple people, so where did you get the hat?
I want that hat. I don't want to know, honestly. I've been thinking about it, like the hats must have cost so much, honestly.
Yeah.
Because they were very high quality.
Yeah.
Is porting games to console worth it or not? I think, well, I don't know what game exactly you're talking about.
Yeah.
I think
It depends on the effort, for
I
sure.
think 85% of the time the answer is no, and it also depends on. I think there's a big difference between Switch porting and PlayStation and Xbox porting. I think those are two separate kinds of porting. But I think Switch has the problem now where it's an old platform. There's so many games on there now. It's getting hard.
Should you rush to Switch to port?
No, because the problem then is also not everyone is buying a Switch 2 from day one.
Yeah, but you can still be first
You
to
can
market
still-
with some genre, perhaps.
But usually what happens is also that dev kits, you will not be the first because the partner developers, they will get early access to the dev kits. You can still be somewhat early, but you'll never be first.
Yeah, you will not be first compared to like the big partners. But for example, UPT, it would probably be the first in that genre if Switch 2 came out.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Do you think there's value in that?
It depends. Also, you need to keep in mind it costs more money because you need the Unity Pro
Yeah,
license.
true,
You need to deal with the platform validation.
3 months or something?
It's not something you can just share out basically the moment.
Yeah. Like if we did a 30-day challenge to release to Switch, well, it's literally impossible.
It's just wait. It's like, yeah, we
No, I
made the
think
game
it's-
in 1 day and then we just waited for 30 days.
Yeah, because I think it's literally like a month before they give you feedback or
takes
something crazy.
A lot of time, yeah. King Matsu, mobile is dominating. It's not over for the console bros. It's the exact same stats, console and mobile. It's over for the PC bros.
PC Bros were at 14,
Yeah, and then the other two were at like
42?
41.
42 I think.
Yeah, and then there was like 3% cloud or something.
Yeah, and then the mobile.
Yeah, also, are your players even on console? I said it before in the stream. Braid Remaster, for example.
Yeah.
John Blow was like, yeah, not worth the porting effort for certain platforms.
Yeah, because for example, I used UPT as example, but UPT is a very Steam game, I feel like.
Yeah, also we have the Steam networking just built into the core of it.
Yeah, also, but I mean, even without that, I mean, the audience, I think, is very Steam-based, no?
Forge Industry mobile port, you're laughing. Didn't we have in the original game design document for Forge Industry controls for mobile laid out as well?
Really?
I think so. We were dumb back then.
I mean, we still are dumb.
Do you think with the success of Black Myth Wukong, more Chinese players will be on Steam now? There have always been a lot of Chinese players on Steam. There's just two versions of Steam. You have Steam Global and you have Steam China. You can only get on Steam China if you have a Chinese ISBN number, which requires you to have a company or like a physical address in China.
Some publishers have this and can
Yeah.
get you on that market, by the way.
And help you with that. The other Chinese players where you see like, hey, there are certain indie games that also have giant indie, giant Chinese audiences is they have localized their game, but they're not on Steam China. They're on Steam Global and everyone in China just has VPNs and they just go onto Steam Global. And that's how it works basically. Yeah, apparently Black Myth Wukong isn't on Steam China even.
So maybe only on global.
Yeah, so only on global maybe. So yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
just localize your game to Chinese. It'll be fine. How hard can it be? Right?
not hard for me. I just let you do it.
Yeah.
I put a big giant Marnix flex in Twitch chat just for you.
Okay.
I knew you would like it.
How do you define the minimum project-based success? I guess he's talking about Unicycle Pizza Time with the first month's return on the amount you spent. Would the first month's return on the amount you spent relative to the amount of sales meet the minimum requirement? We put 3 weeks into development, so...
Well, 3 weeks? 3 weeks and 4 days or something.
Something like that, yeah.
Hey,
So
that's like
the thing is
10%
also
more.
that's why we're not delaying, because I think if you're like, oh, if we wanted 1 more week to cook, it's
don't answer, save it for Patreon. I mean,
we don't need much. the more we get, of course, the nicer. But we're not expecting to get like 50K from this game.
No?
It would be nice, but
No?
realistically, we're not getting that. But it's also just, I talked about this. So another reason is just, I feel like a fake dev sometimes.
Don't use those terms. Rephrase.
Too bad. I feel
Rephrase.
I feel sometimes like
You will trigger someone. You will trigger people in the team.
I'm like straying more away from the path of, hey, I talk about Steam pages, I talk about marketing, but what is my experience? Forge Industry, which has been released a year ago, which is quite old at this point. And also just making the new Unicycle Pizza Time game, it gives me another chance to learn more again about, hey, how did Steam actually work again? How am I gonna fuck up this time? How am I gonna make videos about it and like learn more from it? And that's also kind of what we want to do as well. It would be funny if UPT made more money than FI, and it's like, okay, I'll cry myself to the bank. I wouldn't mind it, but we have 360 wishlists right now. I'm also like, we had too much hopium for Forge Industry.
Yeah.
So there's yeah.
I mean, you say it would be funny if UPT made more money than Forge Industry. I think UPT is a better game than Forge Industry.
Yeah. The thing is also UPT.
We learn.
UPT is 1/3 the price of Forge Industry, so it will have to sell a lot more copies. I think UPT. Said this before. I think it's more of a not slow burn, but I don't expect a day one giant velocity. I think it's something where we can, like, the next 3 months we can do more with it. Like I make the medieval stage. I do a push with influencers then when the game is already out. And then I think, yeah, what if it makes more money than Guild Architect? Well, it will right now because Guild Architect is not coming out anytime soon. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, UPT, I think you mentioned this in our video once, and it's like, UPT is just getting the reps in.
Yeah.
We need more experience. How do we get more experience quickly? We just keep throwing shit at the wall. And
also, we'll learn from, hey, maybe 1 month isn't good. How long should we take for wheelchair pizza time or whatever? Like, live, love,
and also just
learn.
What I really, something we were pretty early on kind of not forced into, but suggested is to stay with one genre. For example, when we went for government grant, they said just make Forge Industry 2.
Yeah.
And it was like, go eat a bag of dicks. We're not doing that. And it's like now, okay, great.
We're getting so demonetized again, honestly, whatever.
You started with this. You said just don't don't do any shit jokes in the first 5 minutes. I didn't do that. But what was I saying? Oh yeah. We were pushed into a genre.
Yeah,
is what
management games.
Management games. And we tried to escape from it with Ashes of Lara, failed. Sons of Everjade, I mean, we cancelled it and we should have cancelled it. Guild Architect, we went back to management. I think UPT is going pretty well. And that might also mean we shouldn't always stay with the management genre. Because I think there are still other ways that we as a team, the two of us in this case then, we shown? Is it shown?
Whatever, just keep going. We're doing great.
The past tense of to shine. I think we did, like, our skills are visible there. Mm-hmm. And I think that's...
What's your point?
My point is,
you're
now I'm the yapping person.
Yeah.
God damn it.
You have anything to say?
My point is basically, I like how UPT made me realize that we probably shouldn't only do management games. And that we can also succeed with others, even though UPT might not sell very big or something. I had so much fun making UPT, testing UPT, and actually playing UPT, where we found the fun so early on. Is what I mean is, hey, we might not just be glorified website developers like making a UI simulation, whatever. We can actually find fun and have fun mechanics in an actual game.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. But then a very big rant about it. And
some people were also like, hey, isn't this actually going to be bad for us? Because we have that, like, Guild Architect and Forge Industry are management games. Now we're suddenly making streamer-bait games. Like, isn't that going to be bad? My answer to that is, No. Developers can completely switch up genres. My favorite...
Just look at EA. They make
No,
football and...
I will bash in your skull. I'm talking more about a great example of this is Shiro Games. It's a French publisher, which is already like, but they made the games Evoland and Evoland 2. And I thought they were great games. And then suddenly they went and made Northgard, which was also a great game, but in 180 degrees other genre. So different, and everything was fine at the end of the day for them. There is not that much studio loyalty, I think, honestly, for indie devs at the end of the day.
Unless you have like cult classics like Hollow Knight.
Yeah, like, yes.
There are some exceptions because someone is already typing it for sure, but I agree with your sentiment.
Yeah, I think generally, like, that's also why your studio name doesn't matter that much. No. It's like people follow games, they don't follow studios, at least for indies.
The most your studio thing is like the next guy, Pal World, for example. I don't even know the dev's name, to be honest. But
Pocket Pair.
The next game they release, they will get articles saying Pocket Pair next game, and then what it is. Or Pal World devs create new game. That's like the most you're getting from
Fallout and Outer Wilds. Both are Tim Kaine. Very different games at the end of the day.
Yeah. So yeah, I think you make a point. It's fair. Sometimes you say good things while you're yapping.
Yeah.
After I was just yapping for 3 minutes straight.
Take my money for 3D Happy Wheels. I know, that's kind of what we're making, I realize. Someone said it, but we'll make it better.
It's less gory.
Yeah, it's different.
Should we make it gory? We still have a week. Well, 6 days.
No.
Well, less than 6 days because we're not releasing it after 10 p.m.
Aren't we? We don't know yet what time we're going to release, but it's probably going to be later rather than sooner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm still working next week, by the way, like full time, and then it's like, all right, I close my laptop at 5 p.m. for my...
You need more Monster Energy, Red Bull. We should have smuggled more in from Gamescom.
Then I close my laptop and I put on my desktop or open my other laptop, and it's like, all right, time to work on UPT. Make the pizza bleed. You mean tomato sauce? Because then it's still kid-friendly, right? Were there lots of changes since the devlog? Yes, we added ragdolls.
Ragdoll's probably the most visual one.
Visual one, I added post-processing earlier. I haven't pushed it yet.
Earlier today?
Yeah.
Oh, is it looking better?
It looks different.
Okay, great. Still needs to cook a bit more, I hear.
No, it's a bit more vibrant. I didn't went too hard on it, but I added some basic
Did you listen
things.
to Code Monkey?
What did Code Monkey say?
More bloom.
But we don't have that much light sources. Well, like I can crank the bloom if you want, but we have nothing.
Yeah, well, Code Monkey said we needed to add more bloom.
We added the annoying texts.
Oh, the sound. Yeah, now there's like, shitty AI-generated rage bait voices.
Yeah, so for example,
puns.
You jump up somewhere where you always fall, and it's like every day is a chance to do something amazing.
Yeah, also...
And then you fall down and hear it again.
Zumba Pop, more light sources? Yeah, no. We have learned that we should not add lights to our games. This is what I have learned.
The thing is, light sources are not the problem. The problem is that we do user-generated light sources, and I haven't been bothered to
we're not adding light sources. It's just... a mistake
in UPT, we could easily optimize it.
Yeah, chromatic aberration, like you can do a lot of stuff post-processing.
Yeah, I played with some sliders and it was like, this is very trippy. I will not touch this again. It's like, wee.
Yeah, like film grain and all of that stuff.
Yeah. Did we implement other cool things?
We went to Gamescom.
Yeah, the problem is we went to Gamescom.
I left to Devcom the day after the devlog went up. I've just been working on level design, expanding the levels, because there was like one piece of comment, like, oh, the environments look too samey, we're adding more. Oh, we added cars.
Yeah, cars.
You can now get hit by a car and get ragdolled.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a good one because we just mentioned it. How do we feel about using AI voices? Because we got the $5.11 labs tier.
Depends on your game.
We'll probably get some shit for it.
We'll probably get shit for it. For context, you remember the text, the thing we just said about, hey, we're using the annoying text part.
Like you die and then
you die and it gives like a stupid voice. That is AI generated. I think for us it works, and it's not too bad because it's kind of a shitpost. I think if you're making a serious game, while I think UPT is great, it's not serious.
Yeah.
And
I think
for those things,
there.
it's worse. Like, do not make a story-based games with AI voices, is what I feel like. Like, if you have like a dialogue-heavy game and like, don't make Baldur's Gate
then it doesn't
dialogue
make sense.
and
For us,
mechanics.
It still, like kind of works.
This is because then it's also part of your core gameplay loop. For example, if you make a visual novel, don't do it. But for us, it's like a very small thing where it's like you hear it every minute or something. So it doesn't really matter. Depending on your genre, basically.
We do not need just some barks. We have like these. Let me see if I can pull up like some examples of like the text we're using. There's no pre-made assets for what is the sound.
Oh yeah, I have a document. I can find it.
Why didn't you get rid of the localizations? Are we not doing subtitles? Oh no, you just put them so low.
Wait, I didn't put them so low.
Why are they? This is like just an empty white stuff. It's like
must be you.
Yeah, it's like life is too short. Life is too short to not order the extra cheese. Or it's like...
Yeah, it's like, that doesn't make sense.
Like,
who is ever going to do it?
In a world of margaritas, be a Hawaii.
Yeah, that's the one I came up with myself.
Yeah.
It was really good, right?
Yeah.
I'm proud of that one.
When life gets tough, just go for it.
Yeah.
Slice through obstacles like a pizza cutter. It's like, you're not getting a pre-made voice pack for that. We need to do something like 11 laps there.
Can you go back? Like, okay, we'll
to
give them one more.
Oh, go back to the...
Yeah, then we have 5. Like, what's a good one?
Every fresh start... This is like when you die, basically. You will hear this every time. It's like, every fresh start is like a blank pizza. Ready for the toppings you choose. So you have like all these pizza puns, and we just threw them in 11 laps, and yeah. Do you have... Oh yeah, I think we do have to include that. We didn't have that planned originally. This is an idea that came later on. We should put it on the store page. You have to disclose AI content.
Okay.
So
I guess you know what you're doing.
I know what I'm doing.
I'm not sure where I stand on it. Voice actors here are fairly cheap. There's still a cost to using.
Where is here? No, voice actors are, in my opinion, super complicated to work with. Hot take. I looked at this for, I don't know what anymore, but it gets really expensive really quickly. When you look at the way their licensing works, it's like you have the first initial fee and you pay like for word count. And then you have to like buy them out, and then you have to get a commercial license. There are so many different things you need to stack up. No, I'm not voicing it myself, but
the Marnix and Thomas voice pack DLC, maybe.
No.
So I heard it. I will keep it in mind. I will slowly and surely push
So
it
it's
through.
not like you can just go to Fiverr and pay someone like $10. They're surprisingly expensive, the voice actors, even on Fiverr. That's the thing, because I've looked into this. I don't know when anymore. I think for Songs of Everjade, I looked into getting the Master
Son, yeah.
Yeah, the Master Son, get him voice acted, and we were talking about like $400. And I was like, this does not make sense. So yeah, can't you get some amateur voice actors, but where do I find them? I don't know, and I don't want to just do
and also we can find them, but we cannot find them in 30 days.
Yeah, and also some of them do still sound bad.
Yeah.
So
$400 is cheap. Give us $400 then.
No, like for the voice acting, like we had the people.
Oh, you mean it's more expensive. Okay.
Yeah, in the US
fair.
it gets even more. Like Reddit posts, but then you get like the 14-year-old kid who's like underneath his blanket, and it's like
using the Xbox microphone.
And then you have to go back and forward, and there's also just the time and an energy cost to that.
Isn't bad voice acting a good thing for a rage game?
It depends.
I mean,
check your local university theater department. I did not know them. So, whoa, I'm also, a computer science
remember,
kid.
we have like subtracting Gamescom 25 days.
Yeah, and it's summer vacation, and so all the schools are closed as well.
So yeah, a man's got to do what a man's got to do, and in this case, apparently, it's using 11 labs.
Yeah, we do have an 11 labs affiliate link, but
really? Yeah. Oh yeah, you told me like since a couple of days.
I don't think I'm gonna be pushing that one, so maybe reach out to profs. Our school, like our department, is only computer science and international business. There are no voice actors there.
Are you guys excited for any new games coming out? I am super excited for one, actually.
Oh?
Didn't I tell you about this?
No.
Like, it's releasing really soon. It's like the 30th of August. It's called Unicycle Pizza Time.
You don't have to...
You definitely should have seen that one coming. We just talked about it for like an hour, but yeah. Apart from that, I'm decently excited for the new Dragon Age game. I really want to play it, but then I realized it's an RPG. I still need to play Baldur's Gate that came out a year ago, because I have like 20 hours in it, but that's like, you haven't barely played the tutorial, so yeah. I have accepted my fate that I will probably not play a lot of upcoming games right now. Mm-hmm. What about you?
I'm thinking. The thing is, I don't use wish lists.
Yeah, neither do I.
If I look at... The thing is, I look more at... I still have to play Yakuza 0 that I bought through the Steam sale.
I played a part of it.
And?
It's
But you... I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to... Whatever. Yeah. I don't... Honestly, guys, I am not going to be playing any games anytime soon, I think, because I literally just can't afford to. I have too much stuff to do.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean...
The thing is, I still keep up to date with indie game dev and the games that are being released, because that's why you see them in like the B-roll, and I need to know what the industry is doing. But actually sitting down and playing, I have to edit videos, I have to do the level design, I have to do so much more stuff that honestly is still more important than at the end of the day.
Yeah, for me it's not mainly a money issue, but more the time.
Yeah, so. It's the time for me as well.
So this is such a sad answer. What games are you looking forward to? I don't have the time to play any games. I don't have the money or time to play games.
And if I do play a game, the only exception is like I go to my, like I said, it's like I boot up Battlefield 4 or Black Ops 2 because like the summer of 2016 was the last time that I was happy, and I just want to relive that experience for a little bit. You know, I'm still like really fucking good at Black Ops 2, even though I haven't played it for like 5 years.
I'm still really good at League, even though we haven't played ARAM for a while.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, so you go back to Black Ops, I go back to League. So.
Yeah, because it's like I play for an hour, and then it's like, okay, now it's back to work. Yeah, I brought my Switch on vacation, never took it out of case. I have that with my Steam Deck and Yakuza 0. I played it for like, I think 1.5 hours that I've done, and I have never played it since then. So, I heard playing older Call of Duty is risky because of hackers. Now, that is when you look at Modern Warfare 2. Black Ops 2 is still fine, because Black Ops 2, there's no RCEs for that one. So, play it. Battlefield 4 slaps as well. I know the good games. I'm Radiant in Valorant. Released 2 games this year and just released another video for game dev. Well,
someone is flexing.
Someone is flexing that he has a life. Do you have a girlfriend, George? Also, you have 325 subscribers.
Why you gotta be like this?
Also, your video has 1 view. I'm joking.
You're such a massive dick sometimes.
Yes, and she hates computers. She hates my computer. Well, then you're still winning.
Oh,
now we should look at his games as well, actually.
No,
your games, where can I find the link? Is there a link anywhere?
You doubled his view count, though.
There's no link to your game in the latest video, at least. Oh, my bad game made a lot of money.
Oh, you did it?
That's what this title is. You can find it on Steam. Why is there... Oh, Kuchisake Ona. Why does this sound like an adult-only game? Because it's Japanese. Let me...
Calling out chat.
What are we... I don't know. It's a horror game. Mostly positive. Pretty solid, honestly. So... Good job.
So George is a better game dev than us.
No, that game released in 2018. Let me see. There's no other recent games. Are you sure we released 2 games?
But maybe on itch or something. It's fine.
Yeah. Bro, what's the last 2? Where is the link? Hello, Funky Slot.
The
Mixed Tales on Steam.
He's just trying to market.
That's the name of his studio. Okay.
He's just trying to market his games. You're giving him free publicity.
Let's take a look. Gamealytic.
King Matsu, thank you for the instant noodle money for these sad devs.
Oh, what are we getting? Oh, thank you, King Matsu.
I mean, with that $2, it's not even instant noodles. Like Marnix can go to Japan. We're in Japan
We're not in Japan now.
No, in a week, and then he can get proper noodles for $2.
Wait, I have a little balloon. Can I what does this say? It's just like, why does it say like, let's celebrate their first life? And there's like a 1 and a balloon for some reason.
assume it's the first time they watch the live stream.
Oh well.
Well, anyway, thank you, King Matsu. George, he's definitely not being aggroed. Marnix is memeing. He's a meme lord. Don't you see it?
What do you mean, like aggroed and memeing?
Yeah. You don't understand, or?
I'm not fully focused.
George is the guy you're looking for his game, and he's like, I didn't mean to be aggro, by the way.
Yeah,
like,
don't
aggressive.
worry.
And I'm like, Marnix is memeing.
But I will.
He's cool with you.
I will still look up because it's always interesting. You made 26K estimated lifetime revenue.
That's pretty decent.
That's pretty decent. That's over like that's
shadow
not just
ban.
No, it's not shadow ban. Shadow banning. But that's the 2 games released this year did earn the least. They are looking at 4.5K. But
Frank Timmermans.
that sounds like a very Dutch name. Welcome,
he
Frank.
subscribed on YouTube, but I don't know if he's watching the video or he's just chilling. Frank Timmermans is just very Dutch, or Flemish maybe.
Yeah. Fellas, is Bite Me Games gonna make a mobile game or a hentai game first? Hentai game 100%, 110%. And I will voice it.
You don't want to voice the pizza game, but you do want to voice the hentai
I will voice
game.
the ugly bastard in our hentai game.
Oh, you can be like, you know all those memes from like the Japanese businessman and the girls being like, standing there, he's like, I'm not interested. He's like, H cup. Oh,
yeah,
you're that guy.
What does that mean?
You're going to voice that guy. So,
Yeah,
I mean.
I'll voice him, yeah. We do not have a mobile game cooking in the background. I like my life as it is right now.
And then Tuesday we release a video. I made a mobile game without anyone knowing. Because, I mean, you cannot farm wish lists anyway, so might as well just release it instantly.
Yeah.
You would buy an adult-only game with Marnix for $100? I will send you a private build of Unicycle Pizza Time where Marnix voices.
And I'll moan for you.
Yeah,
if you send me the $100.
Every time you die,
I'll moan.
a Marnix moan sound will play. Just send the $100 now, and I pinky promise I will give you that build.
Yeah, I know, Smith, UPT on mobile makes sense as phones have gyro controls. Not just
Gyro
phones,
controls.
controller as well. Steam Deck has it as well, but it's not really...
Yeah.
At this point, Marnix just opened an OnlyFans. I have a girlfriend, unfortunately, who is not down with me doing that.
You asked? Did you really?
Let's move on. Next question.
Oh my god. No, I think it's actually a funny topic to talk about. She's not watching this anyway.
Can anyone write a question?
Everyone,
Please, Twitch chat.
focus. What do you mean Twitch chat?
There are pre-orders on mobile now. Oh, that sounds interesting. Let's talk a bit more about that. How's my day? It's been going pretty good.
Now you give Twitch chat attention? He always ignores you, and now he needs you, and you're helping him?
Hentai game or OnlyFans first? Probably OnlyFans first to advertise the hentai game, and then I would put myself as a character in the
But you say
game.
OnlyFans first. Is your girlfriend down with that?
I'll figure it out.
Will you do an ARAM after the stream?
No.
We need to drive home.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the one that cares about you guys, and you're helping the other guy.
What are we talking about?
Twitch. You're once again ignoring them.
No, I'm just I can only have one chat open at the same time.
This is my point. I care about you guys. Marnix is just.
Wait, maybe I can just. How do I pop out chat off?
You can press the pop out button.
Where's the pop out button?
Where are the Thomas emotes? The half of them, like 4 out of the 6 is me, I think. You have the Thomas energy. Wait, let me take a look.
Yeah, there's only 2 of me. There's me flexing and me with the finger guns.
Yeah, Marnix flexing and Marnix finger guns, and then hype, energy, bonk, and money is me.
Publishers watching Bite Me Games talking about OnlyFans and hentai games, deciding whether they want to publish their games or not. Some of our publishers have published hentai games. Epic W.
Thank you for following Dicky Discord.
Oh yeah, we have the bonk. That's a perfect match now. The bonk should have been me every time I talk about OnlyFans.
I mean, we can still edit it.
Yeah.
Gigantify an emote.
If Guild Architect and UPT are very successful, will you guys take a break or keep going? I will keep going just for the love of the game, regardless. I think that's
YouTube is going to continue.
YouTube will keep going.
I will not allow my employee to to quit his 2 videos a week streak.
I don't want to quit it anyway.
Good. You're not allowed to.
Mandis also, how did you connect with Japanese publishers for Tokyo Game Show? I went to Japan. I met up with Japanese game dev studios. You network. I made the video with Phoenix Game Productions, the one who made Tokyo Underground Killer. I went to some other game dev like related meetups basically and just talked to them there, got some contacts and took it from there really. So what's my favorite game dev activity? Being able to sleep at night.
Okay, maybe this is a topic we can talk a bit about.
Wait, okay.
No, for real.
What are we getting to?
I remember you being like a year ago or something. I don't know the exact timing again. You bought the sleep earbuds.
Yeah, I have sleep.
So you can sleep better.
Yeah.
I sleep so bad right now, and I told you I'm also thinking about buying some.
What's the
like in Japan?
What's the reason you have issues sleeping?
I don't know.
The thing with me is I can't turn off my brain because I work. I can't not work, and the problem is I need the white noise to drown out the game dev thoughts, basically.
For me, it's not only game dev thoughts. It's like a lot of thoughts in general.
Yeah, like I only have game dev in my life, realistically, unfortunately.
But I also think about your big, juicy muscles, of course, every night when I go to bed.
I have a girlfriend, bro.
Is she fine with you doing OnlyFans?
So you want the sleep?
No, but do you think it would help?
The problem is.
But what do you play?
So it's a mix. Either I play thunderstorm sounds, or the thing is they work as
thunderstorm. I mean, we live in Belgium. I hear it almost every couple of days.
But
like
yeah, but
rain
that's the
and
thing.
so
I
on.
sleep really well with them.
Mm-hmm.
Or this is gonna sound so weird. I listen to technology connections.
What?
People in YouTube chat who know who I'm talking about. I fall asleep to him. I don't know why.
Okay.
And I just use YouTube. It's mainly the point to fall asleep. That is the problem. Once I am...
we have a Patreon.
Thank you, ViewX Player. It's not $100, but we can live with it.
Thank you.
George, how our wish list going? We talked about it earlier. I think we're at 361. So...
Also,
meh.
Flair, the sleep issues don't have anything to do with the 4 energy drinks a day. I don't drink four energy drinks a day.
That's only during conferences.
That was a one-time only thing. And the other days I drank a Monster and a Red Bull, and then only a Monster.
Yeah.
So I'm doing fine.
Rowan Anthony, I think I gave you a heart on your comment. You didn't join Patreon whilst we were live.
But you get a thank you now. Thank you.
Yeah. I can't sleep, the game dev industry needs me. No, the team needs me and game dev needs me and all of that, whatever, so...
Sonny Makes Game says, I'm a mobile developer, so your title was an instant click. Well, you missed the part where we talked about it, but we're doing an after party now. So basically we do a news stream, like this week in game dev, and mobile just dominated everything from revenue. And now we're doing like an after party, just hanging out with chat and talking a bit.
Let me find out. Momo Inyo is like, Marnix is knowing the ins and outs of Discord. This is very much an inside joke. If you do not watch Technology Connections, you will not understand. But I have 3 videos that I know I will fall asleep within 15 minutes if I put them on. And it's the one where he talks about stovetops. The one about storing digital audio on VCR records, and the one that talks about light bulb lifespans.
What are you doing?
So, yeah.
I know caffeine makes you tired. And the thing is, I was drinking a lot less caffeine last month, and I felt better. I even told Marnix this when we started working on UPT, because that's the reason I drink more caffeine again now, that I feel more tired. So yeah, definitely when we go for the break in Japan, it's going to be less caffeine for me. That's the plan is to be clean.
This is detox trip.
It's my detox trick. Like going into the mountains, not drinking caffeine.
Meditating.
Going outside, actually touching grass for once instead of making a game about a damn unicycle jumping over some random obstacles.
What has gone wrong in our life? Best food in Japan, literally everything.
Karage.
Okay, yeah. He's addicted to fried chicken.
Karage.
Karage.
It's different. Like American fried chicken is fine. Japanese fried chicken, S tier. I would rate it S tier. Mm-hmm. Would you?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
But I would rate everything S tier.
Okay. I can live with that as long as it's S tier.
So, yeah. I don't take caffeine. So that's the thing. I don't drink any coffee or anything like that either.
Yeah, I also don't drink coffee, but you drink caffeine. Monster.
Yeah, that's
you drink Monster.
But I don't drink it like you. I drink it once a week generally.
Yeah. The thing is, I don't drink coffee. I'm like one of the few ITers
who doesn't
drink coffee. But I then drink Monster, which is like also horrible. But I'm going to detox.
Yeah.
After UPT. So just 1 week of more caffeine.
Yeah, that is it. I was addicted to Monster, then I switched to coffee. I don't know if it's much of a...
I mean, some people say coffee is healthy. I don't think anyone is saying Monster is healthy.
I don't know. Who says coffee is healthy?
There are a lot of studies.
That's like the people who are like, oh, drinking 2 glasses of red wine a day will make you healthy and lose weight. It's like, no, you just need an excuse to day drink because you hate your husband.
Well, you're not... Maybe... I'm not sure.
When will we see a Belgian food tier list in Japan video? You, my friend, are shadow banned.
No!
I'm joking.
You're what makes the community great.
There is literally... No, there's Belgian waffles.
Yeah, I told you this last stream. Like, we can do the Belgian waffle thing.
Yeah, we'll see.
Klinkity, you're not banned. I'll make sure of that.
Don't worry.
I'll unban you as many times as needed, if needed. Also, Evelyn K, you've made it. Congratulations, we're almost finishing up.
I told Thomas I have a hard stop at 11 p.m.
Yeah, for reference, it's 10:41 p.m. now in our country.
Juan Carlos Paco, thank you for following, by the way.
UPT Belgian waffle delivery DLC.
Jesus Christ. Guys, you can't just...
We're still here for 20 minutes.
Yeah, you can't just add UPT to anything in life. That's not how life works, but...
Also, a lot of people were commenting on UPT, and they asked if you actually say pizza.
No.
So, what now? Are we basically clickbaiting buyers?
You have a food delivery bag. It's like Schrodinger's
but only for pizza.
Yeah. There's pizza in it.
Trust me, bro.
Yeah.
This isn't a medical advice channel. Yeah. I would hope so.
Wait, can you read that again?
Medical? Oh my god. I'm tired. It's the caffeine that's wearing off. I drank my breakfast was a Monster Energy. My lunch was I'm being serious right now.
Was a Monster Energy?
No, a couple of meatballs, and I didn't have dinner yet.
My god, what a guy.
I am peak health.
One fun fact, since we started working on Unicycle Pizza Time, I have basically been learning making pizza dough every single day. I make like a batch of pizza dough and I eat like 1 homemade pizza a day. Because like it's so easy to throw something together. And yeah.
Also, normally I eat like a normal person. I don't know why, but today I've not been feeling it.
If UPT had Kickstarter stretch goals, what might they be?
More levels?
More levels, but that's an easy one. We have 2 ideas, one a medieval level and one a sci-fi level. I would guess that probably different vehicles would be one. But then we would get rid of the unicycle.
Yeah, then it's unicycle you remove. I don't like that. Maybe...
I think like more power-ups or kind of things like that. Like, oh, you can do rocket jumping or something. I don't
Maybe
know.
more customization.
More customized, yeah, that would be a big one. Hats.
Yeah, something like that. Like, I think that's fine.
Fishing.
I think that would be great.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a 25 million for the dead crab priest. How much are we saying for?
No. How long altogether did it take you guys to make UPT? 2 people, 25 days at most.
Yeah,
Because
we only have 30 days before release. We are 5 days at Gamescom. And if you want hours, I have no clue.
yeah, me neither.
I don't want to know. Because if I subtract my day job from the amount of hours in a month, then look at how much time we estimate for UPT, and then look at what's remaining.
No.
I feel that amount would be really small, and I would feel really sad.
Yeah.
I don't want to know.
What's the best Belgian chocolate? I guess Leonidas. Leonidas or Godiva are probably objectively. The thing is, we're too much. We have too many choices.
Yeah.
But I think if you want to find something outside of Belgium, especially Godiva is the way to go, and Leonidas, you will pay 3 kidneys for it instead of just 1 here in Belgium, but it's still pretty good. What are you guys clocking in on sleep? 7 to 8 hours. Non-negotiable for me, mostly. That's why I got the earbuds, because I was just lying awake for 3 hours a day. And I was like, this is not worth it. So
For me, it's like 6 on bad days, 8 on good days.
yeah. So you're gonna get the Soundcore Sleep 810s, and then we can make a video about the top 1 tip to get better sleep as a game dev. Melatonin pills and just drug yourself and listen to people talk about dishwashers.
Yeah, and even with the 7 to 8 hours non-negotiable, Marnix still has 16 hours left to work on the game every day.
What about the best Belgian beer? I do not drink a lot of alcohol, but so you probably have better.
I only drink normie beer.
Yeah.
If you ask someone who knows beer,
I would
they'll
say
be
like
very
Fleet.
local stuff.
But that's the only one I drink.
Really?
Because it's basically fruit juice, and it's been
every
years since I've
Belgian
drunk
person will laugh at you if you say that, right?
Well, I already said it. Too bad. It's the only thing I basically have ever drunk in my life. I don't drink alcohol generally.
Castile Bier Rouge is great. It's fine. That's basically.
Yeah, Rouge is.
Yeah.
It's like the cherry beer. I wondered if you guys watch anime.
Marnix is a big ass
fucking
weeb.
do, except I have game dev, so I've been kind of slower on the last 2 seasons. Also, I've started switching to watching more J-drama because I've been learning more Japanese, and I'm now like. The problem is anime doesn't have good real Japanese, so it's not good for studying. So I just watch J-dramas now with like Japanese subtitles. What I want to do is I do want to watch Shika no Konoko no Kokoshitan Tan because the song is just too catchy. And yeah, otherwise I haven't been following really that much the last season basically, but I try. The one thing is like it's my 20 minutes per week of allotted break is like watching the 1 weekly anime episode.
Japan vlogs when? Well, in about a week and a bit when we are in Japan.
Yeah, the thing is it needs to make sense. I probably do want to make a day in the life video at some point. Oh. What's my favorite anime interspecies reviewers?
What if the person is like 12 and you say that to him?
No, I don't think so.
I watch a bit of anime, but I'm by far the least weeb of the team.
Yeah.
I watched some normie things, like I watched One Piece, I watched Naruto,
He did
Fairy
watch.
Tail.
He says I know normie things. He non-stop together with William watched One Piece in like 2 years. Every Sunday they watched like 3 episodes.
Yeah.
I think that is not the most normie thing to do.
But I don't watch the weird, obscure things that you do.
So
It's what I meant.
I don't have.
Okay, my selection is very normie.
You're very yeah, but you're still kind of hardcore if you watch 1,000 episodes of One Piece. That's more than I have.
But One Piece is quality. Naruto is quality.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit less at the end, but it's good.
Yeah.
Kiss X's is way better. You know it?
I've heard of it.
I've heard of it as well. Is this when we shadow ban people?
Have I seen Psycho Pass? No. The thing also is, guys, and girls, sorry, Evelyn. I have only started watching anime, I think 3 years ago at this point, and I have this rule for games, for anime, for movies, and all of that. I do not go back in time because I just do not have the time for it. So even like something like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood or whatever, everyone is like,
we were watching that.
Where everyone is like, oh, these are the GOATs. I just don't go back in time. I watch things that are coming out now because it allows me, like I said, it is literally, I take one show per season, and it is the 20 minutes of break I get from game development every week. It's like, oh, it's Sunday, new anime episode dropped, let me watch that. So, yeah.
What devil fruit would I eat? Honestly, I wouldn't want any devil fruit. I just want to be Zoro.
Yeah.
Zoro is badass. And I already have the lack of orientation just like Zoro. So.
Yeah. What was Thomas doing before he became a game dev? He was trying to become a pro League of Legends player.
No. No. What was I doing before? I was trying to become a game dev. Or an app dev. And I was just, not much. Before I was game dev, I was like, how young was I? Very.
I don't know. I never knew you before then.
Yeah. Thomas was trying to make Bite Me a successful app. Exactly.
Yeah, he was trying to get bitches.
Oh, brace yourself. Evelyn K has a good question. No pressure.
Wait, where?
I have a good Q question.
Oh.
So now it's like all of us are waiting. How did you guys meet?
What?
Okay, that's not the question. Okay, good.
If you guys had limitless budgets for the whole studio, what game would you guys make? This question, Evelyn, proves that you're a fake fan, so you're now being shadow banned.
No!
We covered this in 2 separate videos. I made a video talking about BiteStream games. It would be a space-themed walking sim survival game, which is kind of weird, I know. You would make an RPG along the lines of like Witcher 3, Baldur's Gate, Skyrim, and William was gonna make an open world mecha game, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So
we
talked about this in the Q&A, the 30K Q&A.
And I think I gave 2 answers, right?
Yeah.
I gave like the open world RPG in the likes of Witcher 3 and so on. And I said a wonky physics-based streamer bait game was also something.
How
I
is
would
your
really
question
like to win.
different? That's not different. Please explain yourself.
If you guys had a
I
limit
did
version-
forget what Thomas said, so fake fan for real. Yeah.
I can
together.
Reminder, I can also shadow ban, by the way.
What if we were all together? What would we make then?
So we had to find a consensus.
Yeah. Ooh, I think we wouldn't.
What did you want to make?
Yeah, I wanted to make a walking sim.
I don't want to make a walking sim.
Yeah, we have 3 completely different ideas.
The mech thing, I don't like mechs.
Yeah, I think... How did we meet? We all went to university together.
So basically, if Bite Me ever has success, we will all break up and like Bite Me will just tear itself to pieces because you cannot decide on what dream game to work on. You like William's ID? You are shadow banned if you say my ID is better.
A survival RPG about mech in space. That's yeah. Except don't just blend
with
those
wonky
things
physics
together.
as well. Huh?
Yeah.
Still trying to know how you guys met.
So never let Bite Me games go viral. Well,
We met in university.
yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, but he didn't hear it, I think, because he asked it again. So the money would spoil everything. Noted. Everyone is going to try and cancel us now. The moment we have like a glimpse of success.
Did you watch Arcane? I did.
Yep.
You did as well, right?
Yep.
Yeah, of course.
Didn't we watch it together?
Yeah, we watched it together.
Arcane 2. Woo! Coming soon.
Ooh, what's your favorite league champ?
Ooh. 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 The thing is, I play a lot of different champs. I really like playing the dirty things like, I like playing Sion, for example, just because I like being an absolute nuisance. I can play Mordekaiser just to like give a big FU. When people come to my lane, I'm like, nope, I'm going to bash your fucking skull in right here and right now. And if you want your friends to help you, sucks to be you. I play top, if it wasn't obvious, by the way.
He's a top.
Yeah, and it's always funny because it's like, it's the most 1v1 lane in the game, I feel like, because you get the least attention, and I just like beating people 1v1. I always ask the guys, okay, not always, but I often do, but they always say no, so I stopped asking to play 1v1s and so on, because I really like those, but nope. Misfortune has big personality indeed, but I did play a lot more ADC lately, and I do enjoy it.
What do you mean lately? In the last 23 days?
No, in the last before 23 days, then a couple of
Good
months.
answer.
Did you ever top Morgana? No, but I did play Tank Vega top. And I have 100% win rate on it. And I only played like 7 games, and it was like 3 years ago, but I never played it again, so I can keep saying that.
Yeah, that's like me. I played Fortnite.
I also played Yumi top, by the way, N1. Also Yumi ADC N1, Yumi mid N1, Yumi jungle N1, and Yumi support N1, but that's not special.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Would Bite Me Games ever make a MOBA? No, that's just dumb.
No, I don't think we could even compete.
What game was the most inspiring game to you? Evoland 1 or 2. Honestly, both the Evoland games for me were like mine. Those were also the kind of first indie games I ever played, and they were just so good.
For me, I think it was probably Dragon Age Origins, like in 2009.
Yeah.
Because it was like the first game I played, it was like, damn, it's really, like you can do so many things, you can create your own world, and it had like branching story, different choices. I was like, oh, it's so amazing, you can create everything yourself. So that got me really into like RPGs in general. So then Skyrim came out, loved Skyrim, Witcher came out, loved Witcher, all those things. I think that's probably why I got interested in game dev, because they gave you a world where you could do so much, and it was like, what if you could even create that world? And that was the big one for me. And Morrigan is indeed awesome.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's a character for Dragon Age. She's coming back in Dragon Age Vanguard. Veilguard.
When is it coming out?
Like later this year.
Well,
I like already said I don't have the time for
Plot
it.
twist, they're lying and they were inspired by hentai games. I was not playing hentai games when I was 12, my dude.
Dragon Age Origins first game, it was my first game, but it was the first game I actually really got into.
You guys have good games. That is the first time anyone has told me I have good taste in games.
So what do you play? League and RPGs. Great taste. What do you play?
Battlefield 4 and Call of Duty Black Ops 2.
Great
10
taste.
years post-release.
But hey, thank you.
And the whatever, I forgot the name, Evoland, yeah.
My first game was Miss Pac-Man.
We never went to an arcade.
The first game I ever got was Star Wars Episode 3 for the Nintendo DS. I'm not joking. I remember. It was decent.
My parents raised me on like educational games. I have always been playing video games, just not like shooting. I got Grand Theft Auto San Andreas when I was 8. Still don't know how my dad convinced my mom to give that to me, but
your game wasn't a Duck Hunt on the NES. Are you a real gamer though? We're all fake gamers.
Guys, we have 4 minutes and the stream is shutting down. So
are you sure about that?
Yeah.
You're just leaving if I don't shut down, right?
Yeah, I'm just leaving, and I can end the stream on YouTube.
Twitch can keep going. He cannot stop us. But yeah, I guess that means it's the last 4 minutes we have. Don't let him leave, guys. I mean, I don't know how we can stop him. Unless I throw his laptop through the window or something.
I can still leave.
Yeah, then he can still leave, and Bite Me will have to pay a new laptop. So
yeah, hey, we're not gone yet, guys.
Good night, guys. Get some sleep. We're not gone.
Yeah,
what do you mean?
This is like
are you leaving us?
We're like women. Okay, this is.
What do you mean? No. No.
Where it's like, you know.
No.
Oh my God, like the pick me girl, like, you know. No, don't. Like, you know, it's like, oh, leave me alone, and they're like, oh no, how dare you leave me alone? We're like women is now Bite Me Games slogan.
You okay? Now I was going to say a name, but then everyone who was watching with that name is also feels like
Bite Me do a Patreon tier where we can lobby up in League and play some round. It exists already. Angel investor. What's the most important advice you would give your younger self about game development?
Marnix, don't quit your fucking job. I told you this 20 times already.
Your younger self.
Okay.
Not your younger me.
Well, you should tell that you yourself.
I think I should have saved up 6 more months.
Okay, that's also fair.
I think that's...
So just so you have longer...
I should have gone for a little bit of a longer runway.
Yeah.
So it wasn't as... It's not like depressing tide, but it's like somewhat. But I think if I lost it a few more months, I wouldn't have had. The coming, of course, is I think the amount of like fear you have of like the number goes down in your bank account the more you work, though.
It drives you, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you don't have a choice.
Yeah. So I don't know, but probably yeah.
Huh.
What would you say?
Find a good team sooner.
Yeah. Should have found me sooner.
I mean, before Bite Me, we didn't do much together anyway.
No, not at all.
And,
no,
now,
we played League.
now we're like besties.
We played League, and that's it.
You had to join me. Now it's weird. Now they think I'm like the besties and you're not.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Pick me.
How many game IDs, I assume, do you guys bury before deciding on the next ID to go with?
I think for UPT we did like 4, and that's it. 4 ideas before. It was like the dropper game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But UPT is a bad example because we
yeah,
rushed
UPT
it.
is at the end of the day, it's kind of a shitpost of a game. So.
But for example, Guild Architect, we just said, William, you pitch to us what you want to make. You get to choose, but give us the IDs and we decide based on that, like we do a vote. Yeah. And he pitched like 5?
5, yeah. And then from there we voted with the rest of the team. Yeah. So yeah. Will UPT extend the runway for Bite Me?
We will see.
It will do something. The question is just how much will it do in comparison to the Patreon, in comparison to the YouTube AdSense, YouTube sponsors, all in all.
So yeah, we will see. It depends on how it performs.
Yeah.
But if it does well, yay.
How much runway is left for you all? I would say like end of year, most.
I mean, for me, it's
for
less
you,
of a thing.
Whatever. We've been having some good months. You can see it on Patreon as well. Because I know, Rohan, you're a patron now. So if we can keep up the current pace, it can be longer. If these months are a bit of a, like, we came from a little bit of a slump. Now this month has been really good. It's the first month I can pay myself out since I quit my job.
It's like 1.5 years, by the way.
Yeah, so
FYI.
And it's like below minimum wage still, but yeah, what was I going? This month has been really good. If we can keep this month's earnings, we can go for a lot longer, but I don't think it's realistic to have this earnings every month right now.
We had a good month because we had sponsors for Devcom and Gamescom.
Also, we got our Patreon a lot bigger.
And
Shout out to
Patreon.
all my patrons. You guys help us more because sponsors are not as predictable as Patreon. I can tell that not everyone is going to leave from Patreon.
Yeah. And the thing is, so how I see it is we need to grow quickly. So first of all, William and Marnix, they have limited runway. We need to make that. That's milestone 1. And milestone 2 is then we still need to grow so I can actually quit my current job because I can also not do this for another 5 years or
it's
whatever.
Like we recorded a Patreon video earlier as well where we were tier listing Game Dev YouTubers coming out very soon. So if you're not a Patreon yet, you're going to want to see where we put Sasquatch B and ourselves and a lot of other Game Dev YouTubers. And we talk about there where YouTubers have a lifespan as well. Generally, there's like this curve and there's like a point where YouTubers have heat, but almost no YouTuber survives for more than 5 years as well. So that's kind of, we can't like not be very good. Yeah, I know we've gone over time. I know.
Shh, let's keep going.
The thing is, you can still do jobs and do game dev at 30%. That's not the goal, though.
Yeah, it's not the Bite Me way.
If the runway runs out, guys, I'll just go back to being a data center engineer. I love that as well, and the money was 5 times as much. I got 10K a month for talking to Indian CTOs. And it's like, sometimes I do wonder, like, why did I leave that? Yeah, it's not nice, but it's 10K a month, so...
The thing is also, if you do it at 30%, you weren't able to make it work at 100%. So if you put less time in it, less effort, why do you think you will make it work now? Like, I don't see it.
Yeah.
Like, I think what we are doing now, especially this month.
I think going back from full-time game dev to part-time game dev is not the move. I think,
exactly.
If you're getting started with game dev,
then good. You can try it. But we gave this month, for example, we gave like 200%.
Yeah.
We gave too much this month.
And you have to do that like always if you want to do part-time and release in less than 5 years.
Yeah, and that's not something I see myself do. It's not something I see you do. and it's definitely not something I see William do. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Make a VR workout with Marnix game. That's called OnlyFans, coming soon. Where I'll live stream a gym session and you can watch me shower.
wow, exactly what the people wanted to hear.
I think they do want to hear that for some reason.
For some reason.
Sold. What? More of a business talk. What, guys? Why are you always so? Let me wait. There's the bonk emote.
Bonk.
I still can't get over the time a guy donated $20 for me to change my T-shirt.
Yeah. Do you always have a spare T-shirt with you, right?
No, I
Damn
don't.
it. You should. Because if he ever reappears, it's like, I want a black shirt again. You can be like, I got you, fam. Always got my black T-shirt with you.
Yeah, so.
Forgive me, Marnix, for I have sinned. I don't want to know what you did.
I'll have to punish you now.
Harder.
Paint toenails for $30. What? I have never painted my toenails. What?
You could probably pull off like the masks, like skin masks.
Oh, I do face masks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can make a skincare routine. I have a 7-step Korean skincare routine.
Yeah.
So
you could probably go to like a beauty salon.
there's like this video. I think can you look up just look up like the YouTube search up 39 Def skincare.
39 Def
DAPH. No, never mind. Don't. It doesn't. There was this. I thought it was 39 Def who made a video once. It was like my skincare routine, so I don't have crusty gamer skin. And I'm like, I should make that for game devs, but nobody's gonna.
I don't think any viewer cares.
Yeah. So like 2 people would be like, haha, funny. But it's like, yeah, you have to rub it in, and then you have the stone, and you use the guasa. So.
Thank you for following MixTV.
I saw someone on Twitch at some point pay a dude $100. Well, unfortunately, we cannot pay like someone to have
to shave their beard into a goatee.
Yeah, but if only we could do the opposite. Instead of shave, like Thomas grew out actual hair again.
Wait, from now on, we just say someone paid me to get this horrible haircut.
Yeah.
It would make me feel better.
Everyone is redeeming their points. We have to do
hydrate posture check. Also, the highlights. Charmander highlighted this message. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
I still think partnering with viewers, they buy you a month of runway. To build their idea and split revenue is an option. You should use it if the publisher
to build their idea? No.
So you will pay me $10,000 to make a month to work for a month on your.
Just go to Fiverr then. Get a Fiverr developer.
Don't forget to buy the Bite Me Games moisturizer in the description down below.
Yeah, this is being a co-development studio at that point.
Yeah, that's just being a support studio.
Shadow banned. No.
No.
Just kidding.
We haven't banned anyone.
I can't shadow ban on
stream.
On Twitch.
On Twitch, yeah.
So only YouTube.
Twitch is a true free platform.
Merch. Bite Me Games, Marnix body pillow is one thing that I want to do.
I have something to say about that. I've been bothering Marnix for so long. I've said it on stream like 20 times. We talk to merch people.
Yeah. Kind of.
Is there a shot we actually do it?
No.
God damn it.
I just wanted to look at it. Because we're talking about minimum order quantities of 50 at least with everybody of the merch. The thing is, I wouldn't want the shitty print on the mount.
But wouldn't we be able to sell 50?
I think not. How many patrons do we have? 69.
100 something.
No.
Patrons. You didn't say paid patrons.
Yeah, no. The free patrons don't. If you're a patron and you have the free tier, you literally get nothing. You have one post that is like, why are you not paying? That's literally all you get.
See, we'd pay the shirt. That's a one-time versus a sub.
There's a different though.
We want the t-shirts actually. And a cool hat like the one from KC Games, but probably not. Legit fun ID.
It's not. If Unicycle Pizza Time earns a lot of money, like if we had more of a safety net, I cannot front like the $2,000 or whatever to order That's the shirts and things like that. Not mugs and mouse pads. Those are dumb. Those are just a waste of production.
Why do you say ID instead of idea? Idee.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I want to, no, you'll get
I'll buy one because I can't support on Gameforce. I don't know what but because I can't keep support on Gameforce means, but...
Oh, because he bought the code last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. But, see, shirts.
We're not
People want shirts. Marnix and Thomas plushies.
No, we're not doing plushies.
Yeah, plushies is probably a step too far.
Bite Me Gains t-shirts and body pillows with me on them. Those are the two plans we have right now. When they'll be released, we'll not see. So, yeah, plushies are stupid expensive, and I think also once again it's kind of, yeah. Serious question: you want to be game dev, but you don't want to do code development. There's a difference between an entrepreneur and just doing a job for someone else. I don't want to do a job for someone else. I want to start my own thing.
I think code development is not bad. It's
just
not
not
a
what I
fan
want
of
to do, because I can just as well go to data center engineering, have more fun and make more money. I'm doing this because there's more potential for me in the long run to build up my own thing and to learn more.
Yeah, and for Marnix, it's like he loves the YouTube part. He
Yeah.
loves the content creator part. He doesn't, to that degree at least, love the development part. For me, it might be more, might be proper, like something to think about. But then it's like, I have just as much fun in my normal day job than working on someone else's project, and I get paid more. But if it's your own project, then it's different, because that's where you get more fun out of.
Yeah.
So I get what you're trying to go for Charmander, and I think there are definitely people who like it.
There are devs that will take that, just not us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, one third thing, because some people was like, oh yeah, just sell white t-shirts. I also had that as an idea. Third one is find a good quality white t-shirt and then have like a little white embroidered bee. So it's like super low key, but have like the Bite Me bee with a bite out of it.
Yeah,
So,
Bite Me Gains or that is fine by me. Both.
It's gonna take a long time. Songs of Everjade is still saying coming soon. This is the stories of, oh, this is reflecting badly upon you. It's like, no, it's not. We messaged Steam about this. It's just, you cannot take the page down. It will just become, this game is no longer available on the store page. So there is literally no incentive for us to contact support, be like, hey, take this down, whatever. We can still use the credit at this point if we really want to for something, so. Yeah.
Thanks for content. You're very much welcome.
There's always good content here.
I thought you were moving your arms, and I was like, is he going to say good content and then immediately flex?
I was considering
is he doing it again?
I was considering it.
And he did it anyway. There we go.
Can you change the Steam page to a different game? You can.
Two people basically asked the same thing, both on Twitch and on YouTube. They basically said, one said can and can't. He said, can't you? Can you?
You can absolutely. That's what I asked the Steam supporters. And they were like, yeah, you can do that. So I'm like, yeah, may as well keep that store code in our back pocket for if we make a different game.
Yeah.
So the only thing now is that store credit already burned the Next Fest. So that's why for Guild Architect and we bought a new one. I was kind of considering just putting the Unicycle Pizza Time on the Songs of Everjade one, but it felt a bit weird, so yeah. Yeah, things like shipping fees would be that's the thing I don't want to handle. Like, I don't want to become a logistic company, basically.
Can't wait till we see you guys on world premiere in game shows. I think that will be quite a bit, but hey.
Can free games go into Next Fest? That's a great question, actually. I have no idea. I would
assume so.
I would assume so, yeah.
But on the other hand, a
it's
demo
like,
for a free. I mean, yeah,
you
sure,
can
why
do
not?
Demos for free
because
games,
nothing's stopping us from making Songs of Everjade free now and releasing it.
Yeah.
Aside from the fact that it's a shit game, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You use one of those Shopify kind of places. Marnix hates this because he thinks it's low quality.
Shopify is different. Although Shopify is your own platform, and you would handle the stock yourself. But then you still have to deal with shipping, the printing labels, the shipping labels, bring it to everything.
But for example, Streamlabs has this merch thing
but
built
like
in.
that's, or like
I don't know
what
if
is
it's
it,
good quality.
Spreadshirt and things like that. No, that's not good quality. Like those are the print-on-demand ones. Yeah, pre-order is something you see a lot of YouTubers do as well, but I don't know.
You mean like pre-order of a merge drop?
Yeah, basically you do pre-order merge drop. You have like 2 weeks to sign up, and then only do you order the shirts and ship them out. But then it's like, yeah.
Yeah, but you still need the 50 or whatever.
Yeah, also you need to. Yeah.
I still think 50 is possible.
Someone in Twitch is like Printify. Someone in YouTube is like, I did Printify. It sucks.
I mean, yeah.
It's not a priority right now. We have like
No,
ideas,
and definitely the shipping part is something someone would have to handle for us. It's not something I want to spend my precious resources next to me on. Yeah. Because I'm not doing it.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah.
And then Marnix has to do it, but I don't want him to do it.
Yeah, also another fun fact, Belgian influencers can get like, Yeah, recently a Belgian influencer got like a huge ass fine because she was selling hoodies and she did like a 10% discount using code BESTIE or whatever. And it was in the month of June. Because in July we have like every clothing store in Belgium goes on sale. It's like the summer sale or whatever. And there is a law called the sperperiode in Dutch, where the month before the big discount month, no one can go on discount. And apparently, influencers count as clothing stores if they sell like hoodies for merch and things like that. And we would suddenly be held liable, or like have to deal with the same rules and regulations that H&M has to deal with. And it's like, no thank you. I do not want to get fired by that. Belgium has been really cracking down on influencers over the past year, basically. So it's crazy.
So what do you think?
It's time to end?
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like, what do you think? Is it time?
Is it time? Yeah, probably.
But we cannot just end it like this, of course. What? You need to do a proper ending, send off the people, wish them a good night, wish them a happy day, whatever. Tell them to make games.
More content on Patreon.
Be positive.
Bye.
That's not, no.